if I was Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because the exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Jusdu, man. Much love.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fan, man. I hope my audio was good. Let me know, because I'm outside catching sun. It's been pretty good out here. Happy 4th to everybody that's celebrating and all that good stuff. Wanted to come here and have some fun. You know what I mean? Laugh a little bit. You know. Talk a little bit about them Schofield people. You know what I mean? Seem like every time you turn around is you know, they getting exposed or proven to not be who his dad say he is. And it's a little unfortunate because, you know, his son seemed like a pretty damn chill kid, good fighter, good young man, seemed like, you know, good, solid young kid. And, you know, it's only sparring at the end of the day, but what makes it funny and laughable, these moments like this, is because, you know, when you go on record selling something, you know, overselling the product, you know what I'm saying? Shit like this tend to come out, you know, stuff like this tend to come out the woodworks, you know? And As time go, I always say time reveals all, man. I don't really care about who leaked it, man. It's just a part of the game at this point. Shout out to Fight Hype because they always get their hands on some footage. But man, I missed it last night when it initially dropped. Y'all know I would have popped up and went live immediately and had some fun with it. But we definitely gonna talk about it today. And again, it's on the sparring. But the fact is, when you speak about it, let it be that. Don't oversell. Don't tell us I did X, Y, and Z, and then we. Yeah, he said lies get exposed. And Buddy try. Yeah, all this off of Tevin Farmer win is crazy. Shout out to my brother Skills from New Orleans. What it do, homie? Somebody got to lose to celebrate the win. You have to lose it more often behind the scenes. Goes through mental anguish. Gotta give these guys more credit. No boxer scared to fight another. That's just been my life. That's something that I've talked about consistently over here too. Yeah, all that scared stuff be crazy. I don't know. It's silly talk to me. I don't think guys be scared of each other at all. I mean, it's scared to lose financial marketing ability. I'm telling you, and just getting embarrassed. I think overall, guys don't want to get embarrassed. Or beat. Put in meme land and dragged across the internet. Not everybody cut for that. Shout out to Dante's Boxing Talk. What it do, bro? Said takes for what it is. Love to see the fight now. See how it looks. I got an idea. Shout out to Old Money Swag, the aircraft carrier. What it do, homie? How you feeling? Oh, sparring is an actual fight is where you are supposed to make actual mistakes. That's a fact. BJ33 was good with it. First thing I seen this morning online, right? Shout out to Bruce Gas, the OG. Happy 4th. Kyle Cooley, my dog. Happy at their Independence Day. Blessings, fam. Shout out to Kyle Cooley. Yeah, Fight I be all over it. Shout out to Reef, man. Happy my people was yet day. Shout out to Reef. Y'all hit the like button. We're gonna build for a little bit, man. Talk about this. Like I said, for me, I had fun with this stuff. Sparring is not a big deal, but it's you are supposed to learn. You are supposed to make your mistakes. That's where you put the work in, man, so we can see the finished product on fight night. And I'm all good with a good sparring session being released when it's like mutual and it's a teachable moment and people able to, just show really good work. There is a positive to it, but let's not forget why we. Nah, you've been tricking the game when you running around here talking about how you beat up Abdullah Mason is foreign, how you had to tell your son to take it easy on him, and all wildness. Shout out to my dog OTV. Is that my guy? And why? What it do, homies? What's good? Happy holidays, man. Shout out to my homie. Hold on, man. What's going on here? Shout out to my homie OTV. What's good, bro? What's going on? I can't get jiggy from here. Shout out to OTV. What's good with it, homie? How you feeling, bro? I can't do it from there. Shout out to Ant McQueen, my guy. Yeah, I'm on my phone too, so I'm gonna probably go get on the laptop in a minute. AD Solo, what it do? I got you. I'm on my phone. What it do, my guy? Always good to see my bro in the building. How you been, man? Best out of the 815. What it do? We gonna have some fun. We gonna talk about this though. But I'm gonna type my guy OTB up when I walk in the crib. But listen, when you've been fooling the people, shit like this come out. It's kind of like, I don't know, instant karma, boxing karma, whatever you want to call it. Like, just be who you are, man, and stop lying, because at some point the truth always comes out. And we've seen this situation play out countless amounts of time at boxing, right? We seen it more recently with Devin and Tank, right? That shit went viral, man. When that sparring got dropped, but these guys obviously ain't at that level. But still, in all, I think it got a lot of buzz, man. Love to my guy OTB. Appreciate you, bro. Man, getting bit already. That's why I don't be outside. You get bit up, but yeah. So it's like, it's okay to say, yo, you went out there and you got good work, and it's okay to give Abdullah Mason credit for being a really good young talent and things like that. But when you lie and I had to tell kid, don't hit him, man. You hit too hard. in there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I thought it don't be him in there. You been hypnotizing him since he was a kid. So when he get in the ring, he black out, and it ain't even him in there. You get what I'm saying? Like, what happened to that? What happened to the? You know what I'm saying? What happened? Let me find out Kid Austin is the alter ego. You know what I'm saying? It's more embarrassed in the duck rather than get embarrassed in the ring. But the hell he said you may actually win. That's a fact, man. Or override potential embarrassment. Yeah, David B is going after everybody. That's why I rock with him. He's not lying. He told him to work on his defense. Shout out to Crucial. Crucial content was good, fam. Can y'all hear me? Auntie Ro, I put it. Hold on, can y'all hear me? Give me a second, man. We're gonna get it. We're gonna log into the lab. Give me a second. We about to get it right, y'all. Y'all bear with me for a second. I try to catch some sun out here, G. The boy try to catch some sun. And y'all hit the like button, man. We're gonna have some fun with this ass vibe. What it do, homie? Yeah, man, he been tricking the game for too long. Now they're getting exposed. Abdullah Mason's out there working, bro. And it ain't even that bad. It ain't like you got embarrassed, but it just contradicts everything that he's been telling us, right? Like he been tricking the game, lying to the good folks. Did y'all hear me better now? Yeah, am I better? Am I better? I'm better. I'm gonna chill right here if I'm good. As long as y'all can hear me, we good. But yeah, so like I said, man, he's been tricking the people and lying, man. And now it's the wool has been, unveiled, man. They pull the cover up off y'all, man. Expose you. And we're gonna have some fun with it at y'all expense, man. I don't feel bad about this conversation at all, because I ain't gonna trash the kid, but it's more so his dad don't represent the right shit for him. You get what I'm saying? Like, why not just say that you got great work? Why not just be honest? That's all. And it costs you nothing. But like I said, he be laying it on thick. If y'all don't believe me, like, listen to this. Listen to this shit here. Listen.
How? Mason is a good fighter, but Mason will get destroyed by Kid.
Destroyed,
How?
destroyed.
We keep telling
I mean, just look at the facts. Look at when he got hit by that other guy. Kid hit way harder than that guy. Way more accurate, way more agile. Mason wouldn't stand a chance. They shared the ring together already. And I had to ask Floyd before you hit two off him, work defense. It's facts. I've been saying that. We already beat Mason in the amateurs, and then they even have it on film us them two sparring. So it's nothing, and that ain't taking away nothing from Mason. It's just Mason is a great fighter, but he's running into the greatest boxer of all time. So it is what it is. That don't take away from none of their accomplishments. Just no boxing history didn't go to school, was just programmed the 5 styles of boxing since 8. While other people in school, he's studying, he got to study what style of boxing to go to the gym. Nobody ever in history.
Yo, he be killing me with the 5 styles, bro. He be tearing me up with the 5 styles. Shout out to Axe Val, man. His skills appreciate you, Brody. All these codes of voodoo priests in the former life. I'm telling you. Sam knows from Abdullah Mason. Great fight. Yeah, what is it? Streaming. Shout out to you, fam. Yeah, that's a great fight. I can't wait to see it. Shout out to Sam Noakes. I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I got Mason for sure. I just think he's special. I think he's a real talent. He's one of the next ones up. I think his time is now. And he gonna make. I think he'll make a statement, but let's see what kind of statement he can make. Sam Noakes is a real opponent for him. So I like the fight. Rebel Light Boxing. What it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you, man. Got him. You know what I mean? But look, that's what brought me here. Like y'all. The phone audio. Did y'all hear me? My bad. I got a phone call, but yeah. So that like I said, it's him. He gets in these interviews, and when people ask legit questions, he overselling and under-deliver. Look, your son is a hell of a talent. I think he's just gonna keep getting better, man, because he worked extremely hard. It looked like, but as long as you the mouthpiece for him, you kind of run the risk of him not getting where he need to get because you turn people off from him. You get what I'm saying? We're overselling. know what I'm saying? You say all of that, and then we see this sparring that I'm about to play in a second, and it just contradicts everything you said. You wasn't in there just handling him. You wasn't having your way. It didn't look like you was dominating. It didn't look like you was punching too hard for him. I don't know. You might have yelled something about defense or whatever the case, but nah, you Abdullah Mason just looked like he was the boss, and that it was only around this farm. But like I said, it's more than enough to know that you full of GQ, what it do, homie, and that's all. Just keep it a buck. The son is improving. Like the fact that he was willing to get in there with Mason being the kind of talent he's grown to be is impressive. But instead of highlighting that, you got to tell these stories in which you allegedly dominate everybody, and then that's how this farm come out and it contradict and it got you out here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Lie detector tournament, yeah, it was a lie, man. Yo, facts, bro. Facts. And that you peek, I was about to say that. And you could see how kid looked smaller, no leg tattoos. He was younger and all that stuff. You could tell. You know what I'm saying? He was yelling defense like yo, you get me? He was yelling defense because the hands was coming. That was as far as getting touched up and Mason, a different fighter now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if he was able to do that, then imagine what he'll do now. Like I think it'll be worse. I almost know it will. He a lot sharper to me. You know what I'm saying? He just technically and fundamentally sound, bro. He's sharp as hell, man. Mason is razor sharp, man. You get me? Now let's get to this farm, man. Hit that like button, support the grind. We're gonna build. We're gonna have some fun with this. Some Schofield people been tricking the game. And look, I rock with Kid Austin, but y'all got it. Yeah, we gonna have some fun with this. Yeah, count punches.
Yup, leave it out there.
Yeah, don't worry about that jab. Worry about that one, because that one landed. Yeah, worry about that body shot.
Right back to back.
Boom. Okay. Boom. Now look at that defense.
You hear me, Abdullah? Huh? All right, cool.
Get him, kid. Get him, kid. Get him. Get him. Ooh, nice. Shout out to Fight Hype. Boom. Caught him. Froze him in his tracks. All that jumping in.
Nice.
Bang.
Yup, leave it out there like that. Yup.
Yeah, what you doing, bro? What
To the
you doing, young?
To the stomach.
Look, to the stomach. Watch you get him.
You see him?
Watch you get the body. Boom. Caught him up top. Little short left hook up top.
Keep it out there. Nice recovery, bro. Keep that stick out there, champ.
Get a little athletic little dude, man. Oh, watch out for that jab now. Good defense, dude. Good defense, young man.
That's what they do.
Good defense.
Thank you.
To the ground. Catch it. Good.
Put your combinations together. Head movement. Good. Take away that jab like you do. You got it. Keep fresh. Keep tight.
You got it. You got it, kid. You got it. You got it. Don't overextend. You got it.
I can clean break. Come on with your hands up.
You got it. He ain't that. He ain't nothing, kid. Oh my God. He ain't that. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing, kid. Keep going.
Hook off the jab, straight left.
Keep going.
Hook off that jab. Beautiful.
He ain't got nothing for you.
Hook off of it. There you go.
Oh.
That shit I'm saying, that running in.
Yeah, that running in, get him, coach. That running in, they gonna get you every time.
Good.
Keep him jab.
Get low.
Oh, what happened? Dude was getting there cooking, I ain't gonna lie.
Let me get some of that
Dude
body
comfortable
now.
as hell. Shout out to Kid Austin, man.
There you
Ooh,
go. See?
good body.
Got it. Good body shot. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, he did it. Beautiful.
I hold him, man. I hold him.
Beautiful.
Stay low. Oh, well, Get up, kid. Is that a knockdown? Get up.
All right, stay calm. Stay
Get
calm.
up, kid.
Stay underneath.
10 seconds.
Get up. Get up. But his gloves touch the ground. Is that a knockdown?
That power.
That's not a knockdown.
Time.
Yeah, shout out to Fight Hype, man. Yo, man, all you had to do was tell the truth, bro. We wouldn't even be here today. We wouldn't even be here this morning. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even be here. But nah, shout out to Kid Austin, man. It's always good work. It ain't like you got, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see you punching too hard, just use defense. Nah, I heard you telling him to go to the body and all types of shit. Nah, bro. He wasn't cooking. You know what I'm saying? If that was the round he would have got. That would have been a 10-8. His gloves touch, bro. Punch landed, glove touch. See what that jumping in shit get you? Now we know the real reason why you didn't take the fight. It's not your son because I believe he's a dog. I believe if the contract is on the table and solely up to him, he taking them fights because I believe he believes in himself. But you, yeah, I believe you believe in him, but not everything that you said. We know the real reason why you didn't elect to take this fight now, and it has nothing to do with, you know, the money like you try to make it seem, bro. You just didn't. You didn't want that. You didn't want that smoke. You did not want it, bro. You didn't want to fight that man. You get what I'm saying? And that's what let me know that the sparring went different than what he said. And it's not a big deal, but I knew something wasn't lining up when he kept saying, "Nah, that's an easy fight for Kid. We already been in the ring with Mason. You know, he hit too hard for him. I had to tell Kid, just don't hit him. Just use your defense." Yeah, you lying. We just watched the round, bro. He was getting worked. Abdullah was treating him just like he treat everybody else. There wasn't nothing different about his approach. Bro was on time. And look, it's just a little sparring. I ain't about to overreact. This is not again. It's just the lying that you put out. Like you do this with everybody. You run around the internet just putting out BS. You get what I'm saying? That's all. And your son is a phenomenal young talent, bro. He's growing, and I'm gonna keep watching him. I don't dislike him. I just hate BS. You get what I'm saying? Why trash everybody? Mason ain't got no chin. Based off what? That round? Because his gloves ain't touched the ground. His gloves ain't touched the ground. He was all that jumping in shit. See? That jumping in shit, bro. I told you. And again, that was years ago. Now imagine them fighting now. Yeah, they both grew. They both got better, both of them. But Abdullah Mason is a lot even more sharper than he was there. Even stronger. That dude is a young dog, man. He a boss in the ring. He know what he want to do, and that sparring session is very telling, man. I think the fight will play out similar. Yeah, it'll be back and forth action, but Abdullah Mason, it take it. Think he'll stop him. That's what I think. Think he'll stop him, bro. All that jumping in shit, man. Your gloves touch and some sparring. You do the same shit now. You did it to Tevin Farmer. He just didn't catch on. Abdullah Mason is a different young man. I think he'll take advantage of that. If you get in the ring and do that shit against him, that jumping in stuff, that shit don't work. Shout out to AD Solo, man. My God, appreciate the support. He said, "Little color for the fourth." Salute, fan. Much love, my God. So you know, so man, I just don't. I don't know, man. Buddy ass, just stop lying, man. Stop that. You gotta stop that lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? We be with you, bro. We be trying to rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it'll be it'll be back and forth until it won't be. Hey, Flossy, what it do, Brody? How you feeling? Hayes, what it do? Dre in the building, TD Sports Talk. Happy 4th, my guy. Pardon me, I'm on my phone, y'all. I'm about to get to the laptop in a second, though, man. Much love to everybody. So you gonna say that kid was poison sorry by sleep serum sprinkled on Abdullah Mason gloves. Hey, Rebel Life. Hey, you gonna tell him, man. You gonna tell him that man had melatonin in his glove, didn't he? Melatonin, man. What you see, Ronnie? What you see, Ronnie, is classic. Mason is not scared to challenge himself. Yeah. His next opponent, 17 wins, 15 KOs, no losses. Yeah, Sam Noakes is a real opponent. And shout out to the young Abdullah Mason, man. He next, bro. And that's why I say, I'm gonna play the little clip. Lee Jackson, what it do? Y'all hit the like button, support the ground. Let's build, man. I'm gonna play the response. Senior had a slight response, and don't give me this. Oh, he's just trying to market himself. Because what is it? If it's bad for them to release the sparring footage to set the record straight, I don't have a problem with it when you sat up there and lie, man. You put smut on that young man's name. You act like you dominated him. Like he was some kid that you just had to take it easy on. Like he was some damn welfare case when it come to boxing. Like, yeah, just work with him, kid. That's not what it looked like, bro. You was in there giving full-blown instruction. That shit wasn't working. That's all I'm saying. He got a little bit of shit in, but that wasn't about nothing. Abdullah Mason was swimming without getting wet, man. He was handling the young boy. And I think he'll do him worse now. Now we know why you didn't take the fight when they offered it to you, bro. You out here, stop doing this to these fighters, bro. Stop doing it. We get it that you believe in your son. It's okay. If I had a son in boxing kicking ass and knocking shit out in the first round, I'll be talking crazy too. But I won't be lying. It's a difference. Yeah, I'll be talking my shit, but I won't be lying. That's all. Give these dudes more respect. I knew that sparring never went that way. And I'm like, if that shit was that easy, if Kid was that dominant, why didn't you just take the fight and kick their ass? You know how much respect you'll get? You'll get more respect for beating Abdullah Mason right now than it's having Farmer, believe it or not. Yeah, really look at that like, yo, this dude on some shit, because Abdullah Mason looked like he one of them ones. You don't see nobody just running down and beating his ass, bro. You gonna have to work. That kid is sharp, and the only thing you know, you young, he young. That shit won't matter in that fight, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? You got two young little dogs, but just think Abdullah Mason is tighter, sharper, as far as like how he shoot his shots, and you know what I mean? I think he's more technically and fundamentally sound, right? I don't think he make the big gaping mistakes that he make when he load up on his shots and that jumping in and shit like that. He's established some really bad habits, but he's been able to get away with it because of the level of competition and the fact that he's young and athletic, because he got some speed. You know what I mean? Kid Austin's a fast young man. You know what I'm saying? He got some foot speed and he got hand speed. He's a good athlete, but he makes some mistakes that I think a guy that's a sharper puncher, more decisive, that knows how to be first, that's not going to just sit around and wait for you to fire off. He's not going to do none of that, bro. I told you, man. That's how I knew this shit didn't go that way. Stop lying on this man. Say that y'all went out there and got some good work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. On one end, you trying to say that you had to take it easy on him, right? But in the next breath, you're saying Abdullah Mason is a great fighter, but he's just running into the greatest fighter of all time. That shit sound crazy. Don't even make sense. If I'm in there and my son dominating somebody to the point where I got to tell him to take it easy on the guy, it's no way I can get from that this is one of the greatest fighters. How? I'm in here literally having to tell my young ass son to have to take it easy on him. He hit too hard, and that's why I say you act like he punching like Thanos with the damn Infinity Stones, bro. You get what I'm saying? This man act like he punching like Thor or something, like it's Thor's hammer every time he land a shot, bro. Then you see the sparring and his gloves touch the ground. And I think that was legit too. If it was in the ring, that was in a actual fight, man, that would have been a knockdown. I don't care. You would have just been mad. It was a balance shot, but you still got put. You see? Jumping in there, being careless, you're out there running your mouth on the sideline getting cooked, man. OP, what it do? Keys, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Hen dog, yeah, he was. I got Mason by UD. I got Mason stopping notes. Forever G's, what it do? Mason, better boxer I would have had. Like 60, 40 Mason right now. Yeah, me too. Floyd got beat up by Spatter Ford. Yeah, he did. I remember that too. Hen dog. I remember. But see, in this case, Spatter Ford, we knew like that was just like he was one of them guys that's able to do it under the lights, right? A gym warrior, no disrespect to him, but we seen Abdullah Mason prove it every single fight. He looked like he getting better. He improved it. Even then, he tasted adversity. He got put down twice by the same guy. Got rid of that dude and has been sharper, much sharper and better for it ever since. So I'm loving the way Abdullah Mason's career is going. I like the fact that he's getting the opportunity. I'm just here to say, man, let these young men be great. Floyd Schofield is doing really good things too. Knocking out Tevin Farmer in the first round is impressive. I don't care what happened to him in a couple fights before that. That was impressive to get him out of there in 18 seconds. And that's what I'm saying. Instead of that continuously being the story and people talking about y'all win, now we got a pit stop to talk about this sparring because y'all the ones that put out there like, did y'all hear? This is why I'm the clip king, bro. This is why I'm the clip king, bro. This is why I be having the clips in the brand section to show y'all why I got here. He sat here and said how easy it was. It's easy for kids. It's easy. And then they got. He sat there and said they got the footage of them sparring like it depicted what he said, bro. That shit went against everything you said. Now you mad talking about they trying to market themselves off our win. No, they not, bro. They setting the record straight because you running around here not keeping your mouth closed. Everybody that would listen, you trying to tell the whole entire world this dude is scared or not scared that you dominated the young man in the round of sparring and they took him out where it looked like you was getting some belt put to your son's ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Team Mason was handling business. You get what I'm saying? And that, again, shout out to Kid because that's how you get better. You going in there with the young dogs like the Masons of the world. You know what I mean? Sparring the Shakur Stevensons of the world. But it's every time you lead these sparring sessions, you got to have these blown up, made up stories. And now I'm starting to question this shit with Devin Haney way back in the day that got me paying attention to y'all in the first place. Talking about y'all did X, Y, and Z. And then it turns out that this shit was a lie, bro. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying, man? Keep it real, man. Stop tricking the people. That's all I'm saying. Stop tricking the good folks, bro. Stop tricking the good folks now. And, man, we about to get the laptop going, man. So y'all smash that like button. Out here lying to the good people of the world, man. We just want to see you know, we want to hear real stories. If you going to tell a story, just be honest with the people. It's just foreign, it's good work, but just say that. Stop telling these blown up ass, exaggerated stories about how y'all beat somebody's ass and you didn't. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's only so long you could trick the game, bro. You get what I'm saying? You can only trick the game for so long, B. For everybody catch on. You smell me. Hold on, y'all.
All right, y'all, let's get to it, man. How y'all feeling? Man, so I'm back. We can see y'all. Kid got dropped. I seen, yeah, unbalanced, but gloves touched to hit that canvas. Yeah, you know I'm about to pull it back up. I'm in front of the laptop now, but hey, man, we just gonna have fun. Happy 4th to everybody, man. That's celebrating, man. Shout out to y'all pulling up the rock out with me. Just, you know, a little bit of fun. But again, man, I don't think they need no marketing off y'all name because they doing so well for themselves. But you never know. It ain't like they probably said release the sparring. You get me? But shout out to Fight Hype, like I said, because they always on it, bro. They always on it. They got all the exclusives. All the exclusives, man. Yeah, he is, bro. He is. Like, think about something, bro. He blocked me. You get what I'm saying? Belt that ass forever, rent free in my mind. Hell of a way with words. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, belt to that ass, man. Young man Mason is the president of the ring and a real genuine young man outside the ring. Everything boxing needs, AD. That's a fact, bro. Let me get this right though, man. We about to pull this up. There's been some type of update or something. Stuff looking different. I think my laptop updated. Let's see what Papa's go. Let's see what Pop, and even after all that junk I talk, I still call them Papa's go. They be calling them anti go. But let's see what he had to say after all this, man. What did Bob say? Release the footage. Bob. That'd be diabolical, man. He said, hold on, turn that off, that music. He said, we are focused on our great win and our title shot soon. Not sparring from years ago. They're trying to market off a great win. No way. See, that's why I gotta stop you there, senior. That's why I gotta stop you, bro. You lie. You ain't telling the full story. Y'all went messing with them folk. Y'all went mad. Yo, Mason don't talk. Nah, bro. I love boxing. Shout out to Kid Austin. I want to be clear, but I'm gonna talk my shit today. Leave that young man alone, yo. He don't even be bothering nobody. All he tell you is he got an appetite for smoke and he willing to fight any whoever got them belts. That's what he on. Y'all go in the interviews and tell the world how y'all beat him up and had to take it easy on him. And then, nah, kid, you accountable too, bro, because you was co-signing it. You was co-signing it, trying to make it seem like that's what it was. It wasn't that, bro. That's all I'm saying. Get a young man his credit. He don't need to market off y'all. He got a title shot coming on. Y'all got one. Keywords. Yeah, you focusing on the title shot coming soon, but he got one coming next. And it's gonna be on that November card from what I'm hearing. You get me? Shout out to the Queen, Miss Jusdu, my baby girls in the building. How you feeling? Kid said it was a war. you get me, bro. We didn't wake up here and just put this on them. Like, that's them. They went lying to us. We didn't ask them to wake up and just start lying about what happened in sparring. We ain't even ask y'all about y'all business, bro. We ain't ask y'all nothing. Dude about the Tyler kid Austin got hopes of a title. I'm telling you, he about to grab one now. That's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about soon. He got now. Like his next fight is gonna be for a title. Do you see how that works? So it's not, they don't need to market when they already at the doorstep. They crossed their T's and dotted their I's. And when the opportunity was there for the fight to happen for the same money you would have got fighting Shakur, it wasn't Team Mason that said no, it was y'all. It was y'all. And then you're bogus, you asked for 2.5, bro. Like, nah, we're gonna keep going. It ran in peace. Please, Queen, how you feeling, sis? Yeah, he getting his work too. Co-signing that bullshit. He was, bro. Now y'all focus on the title shot. Now they trying to market off our great win. Hey, did you see Abdullah Mason last fight? Did you see Mason last fight? He beat the stew out of Nakatini. All his wins great. All of them, even the one he got knocked down was impressive because he got up and finished that jaw. Impressive. You get me? And listen, at the end of the day, I think this could be a phenomenal fight when it happens, but I hope they don't over marinate it. And why I'm saying that is because you said fighting words. You said that man, you wasn't like that. You had to take it easy on him. Yeah, you had to tell kid, take it easy on him, kid. Don't punch him too hard. Don't hit him in his stomach. And you lied, bro. We see the footage, bro. We see the footage, and the lie detector determined that was a lie, bro. You never beat him up like that. Count the shots. Locked and loaded. What it do? Look at it. Young Floyd go out there. Look, man. Mason out there on that stick. He look as sharp as he always look, bro. Look, they put whoever edited this diabolical, bro. Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all ain't, you know what I mean? Whoever edited this, man. Shout out to Fight. This is funny, though. I mean, he out here cooking, bro, in real time. He out here cooking in real time, bro.
What up, y'all?
Cooking in real time.
Driving real fast, but I just had to update y'all on something before it hit the news or before it hit social media. We've been offered a fight with Abdullah Mason. Hell yeah, we accept that. $2.5 million. That's the price. So put the money on the wood, it all go good. Yesterday's price ain't today's price, baby.
Why would he sit here
Let's get this money, baby. Yes, we'll fight that brother. Put the money on the wood. He's with Turkey now and all them. Let's go. Jay Prince got money. Put that money up. Y'all believe in y'all got.
Woke up,
you know,
no
Floyd is ranked number one. You know, you're in one of the sanctioning bodies, still the WBA. You're climbing up. I'm sure you're gonna be 5.
Nah, lying to the people for no reason at all is crazy. How do you think you're gonna set your own price when they're giving you an opportunity? You just blew the opportunity at the title shot. You get an opportunity at this dude, and then you cool on it. You get what I'm saying? Then you go fight farm. We know why y'all wasn't looking to do that. And the reason I'm saying y'all, because Kid be sitting right there co-signing. Your dad be wilding, man. He be lying, and the people tired of it, bro. Shout out to my guy, Dean, by any means. What's good, bro? How you feeling? So you better stop before he's seeing hypnotized. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He should have hypnotized him for that damn sparring.
4-3 in a couple months. You know, you get past your opponent. So I know you have history. You guys sparred. You know, I know his dad said some stuff out on social media. Granted, is it possible you and Kid Austin revisit or even not revisit at a time where not a champion, but you guys will be kind of the new like Shakur and Tank? Or
I've always said since day one that I was ready, you know, and it's kind of clear that they playing around. You know, he just fell out with the fight with Shakur, and he wasn't able to fight him. So that's not really a conversation that that I need to have. You know, I hear they just said that they skipped over Kambosos because Kambosos wasn't in the top 5. So that's not really it's not a realistic thing.
Granted,
See, he like heard they skipped over Cambosis because they said he wasn't in the top 5. That's what I'm saying. Can't keep tricking the game. Shout out to my homie D. He said I've been trying to tell him. Trying to warn people about this dude from Uncle Hardhead. Big B Low, what it do, fan? I don't think it was edited because I think it was only around. Teach was good with it. Teach. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it back up. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna talk some boxing, man. We're gonna have fun with it. But they did this to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They did this to themselves. They said they took him out after a round, or his pops took him out after a round. But watching this sparring, he had no reason to take him out. It looked like y'all didn't come out for that next one because that shit was looking crazy. It was you weren't comfortable with what you were seeing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more than
I mean, with me, I'm easy. You know, I'm willing to fight, and that makes it easy for a fighter. You know, if you want to fight somebody who's willing to fight, who wants to fight, then you gonna get that fight. And I'm one of the fighters that's willing to fight. So I would say I'm easy. So he should fight though. He should fight me. So, yeah, that's that.
Yeah. You still
dude, he like, yo, he should fight me. He should. Look how humble he is. He just sitting there, arms folded, like he should fight me. I'm just saying, I'm easy. I mean, I'm one of the guys that'll fight. I'm just saying, I'll fight. I mean, I ain't saying he won't. But he should. I mean, he should fight. He should want to fight. He should want to do that. He don't want to do it. And look, I don't think it's about being scared. I think it's about being smart. Even though it was a round of sparring or whatever, and you didn't come back out to do no more rounds, you laid it on thick. You tried to say they had a war, but then on one end, you saying you had to take it easy on them, tell your son to take it easy. You not even consistent with the lie that you tell. And Sonny Boy Jr. be co-signing your lies, bro. That's all this shit just catch up to you. Might not be a big deal to some people, but it's funny to me. It's funny. It's very funny. Yes, it is. It's funny. It's funny. You just said you was dominating. Like, you made it saying, we already did that. Like, man, hold on, man. Y'all think it be me? It don't be me, bro. Like, this is how we got here. Everybody hit the like button for your boy. Sub to the channel if you know, man. This is how we get here. It don't just be me. Look at this minute of malarkey.
How? Mason is a good fighter, but Mason will get destroyed by Kid.
Destroyed. Listen to this shit.
We keep telling
I mean, just look at the facts. Look at when he got hit by that other guy. Kid hit way harder than that guy. Way more accurate.
Kid got dropped by the road. Next.
Mason wouldn't stand a chance. They shared the ring together already. And I had to ask Floyd, before you hit two off them, work defense. It's facts. I've been saying that. We already beat Mason in the amateurs, and then they even have it on film, them two sparring. So it's nothing, and that ain't taking away nothing from Mason. It's just Mason is a great fighter, but he's running into the greatest boxer of all time. So it is what it is. That don't take away from none of their accomplishments. Just no boxing history didn't go to school, was just programmed the 5 styles of boxing since 8. While other people in school, he got to study what style of boxing to go to the gym. Nobody ever in history.
Nobody in history. That's the 5 styles of boxing.
Remember that sparring session? Was it?
Yeah, for sure.
I know that there's a lot of like propositions. Granted, if you fought like William Zepeda, that would get you like the Shakur Stevenson fight. But seeing that if that fight with Shakur and William may happen, how does that work with you?
While other kids is studying and reading books, we studying and mastering the 5 styles of boxing. We studying the 5 styles of boxing. We not regular. We not normal. Yo, I still want to know the 5 styles of boxing myself. I ain't gonna lie. All jokes aside, I've been dying to know what the 5 styles is since he been saying it, bro. Because I ain't heard nobody else say that.
Right away, or
we do something.
If today's the way to go, then that's the one I got to get out the way. If it's whoever, I'm just here to fight the best. Get all. He has a title in my division. Why wouldn't I not want to fight him?
I have to ask because he proposition Abdullah Mason as a potential. I mean, would you guys do that? Abdullah Mason fight for Shakur?
If it takes for Mason, like I said, for me to get Shakur, so be it. We told them the email. They didn't send the contract yet, so that's on them. We did our part.
They gonna sit there and lie like that. Shout out to Fight Hype, man. Shout out to Ron, man. Whoever edited this video, good shit. Bro, how he sit up there with that? Bro, you try to sit up there like the Black Daniel's son, bro. He's sitting up there with that damn bandana telling that bold-faced lie. Oh, you said if it take for Mason to get to Shakur and then you fall out to Shakur fight, get that offer to fight Mason and demand 2.5, say it ain't so, Jack. God damn. See, this is how we got here. You got right up in front of this camera and lied on that man. Y'all, listen. Yeah, Kid Austin is a strong, talented, young, developing fighter. And I think he's improving, subtly just getting better because he put the work in, bro. And I'm making my jokes. But God damn, you sat up here and lied. You still lying. I still like you as a fighter, but you're lying right here, bro. You sat up here and lied. Yeah, it's in the contract. We do our part. If I got to go through Mason to get Shakur, what? You gonna sit up there lying like that? Mason said, "I'm easy." I feel like I'm easy. I'm just willing to fight. You know what I mean? And I know Mason might have a couple haters. You know what I mean? The only fight that he didn't take that he shouldn't have took was the De Los Santos fight because he had a title fight lined up right after that. So it made sense for him not to deter. He was training for Nakatila. That's who he should have went and fought. That's who he went and fought. He polished him off. Let's not forget, let the record reflect that it was Kid Austin Sr. or Floyd Schofield folks that went in them interviews talking about dominating that man. And then when it was time for y'all to put ink to paper, y'all didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Division, why wouldn't I not want to fight him?
Listen to him live. Man, my bro, what it do? Ernest was good, bro.
Abdullah Mason as a potential. Would you guys do that? Abdullah Mason fight for Shakur?
If it takes for Mason, like I said, for me to get Shakur, so
Ernest was good.
Told them the email. They didn't send the contract yet, so that's on them. We did our part.
God self was good, Brody. Oh, you gonna sit there and say they ain't sent a contract yet? That's on them. Boy, Turkey Al-Sheikh had y'all lined up for that opportunity, bro. You didn't take it. Your dad didn't, and I'm assuming he in more control of everything. That's what it seemed like. So let me be very clear. I think Kid Austin will fight whoever, right? Because I don't think he's scared. I don't think he's protecting his own. I just don't get that feel from him, right? I don't think he a guy that don't want to challenge himself. But I think, when you got somebody in your career, rightfully so, you're gonna make different decisions. I feel like even though it was such a short sparring session or experience, it wasn't enough there for him to take that fight, obviously. And the only reason I'm tripping on this is because we really could have seen this fight now. He's saying this shit now. This is 2024. We know you fast forward to 2025. We was able to see this fight had he took it. That's all I'm saying. He said outboxer, pressure fighter, slugger, counter puncher, and boxer puncher. Shout out to Yoda, man. Shout out to the homie Yoda, man. Shout out to hey Yoda. It's funny, yo. I wonder if somebody asked him, will he say exactly what you said? Because he ain't said that yet, bro. Hey, you get me, bro? He ain't said it yet. Let's keep rolling, though, man. 5 style. He said, no, Floyd Senior. He trying to perfect the 6 style boxing. Alan, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Said the 5 styles of boxing just too complex, too intense. I'm telling you, bro. He's still on it. So let's keep going, though, man.
You think Oscar would actually entertain the idea? Because I know it's 2 different promotions, but maybe you and Abdullah and the Shakur and Williams to pay the undercard.
If I push for it, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean push for it?
Like, if I'm like, Oscar, I want this fight so I can fight Shakur, I feel like he's with it. But Oscar's my promoter at the end of the day. If he feels like he wants to hold me on the show for a bit, I ain't going to go against his decision. He knows what he's doing, so.
What?
Hold
on. What? What?
Like, if I'm like, Oscar, I want this fight so I can fight Shakur, I feel like he's with it. But Oscar's my promoter at the end of the day. If he feels like he wants to hold me on the show for a bit, I ain't gonna go against his decision. He knows what he's doing. So, but if that fight presents itself,
what the hell? If you tell your promoter that you want Abdullah Mason to get to Shakur, you feel like he'll do it. But if he wants to put you on the shelf for a while, you're not going to go again. Why would you be on the shelf, though? You're winning. You're a young, prospering fighter. You're a young, growing talent. You need to nurture that talent by keeping you busy, active, and in the ring. I didn't understand that comment. I'm not going to grill him too much for it, but that's a little confusing. So you cool with being on the shelf? That's what I'm saying. Like, the way it seemed like you are mentally, right? You willing to fight, but you might be with a promoter that don't believe in you the way your pops and you do. That's what it seemed like, because seemed like y'all jumped out there essentially willing to take the Shakur fight. And then what happened? What happened? They went left and did what? Get what I'm saying? They kind of went left on y'all. Yeah, I mean, well, y'all went left. You get me? So, and then Oscar told you that you probably shouldn't even be taking this fight. Like, that shit was telling. Notice the time frame of all this shit started happening when that shit was released, that Oscar didn't want them to take that fight. And notice how everything that was put out into the media after that point was a sign that they wasn't going to make it. And they wonder why people don't believe that what he's saying is true. His dad. Fate was good with it, bro. He said, Nation punch selection solid. It is, bro. Them damn Schofields and some of them damn Schofield people tricking the game, man. Tricking the peoples. Man, they bogus, y'all.
Anyway, the Abdullah thing. Abdullah is a talented fighter. I've been promoting Abdullah on my page way before he blew up. Facts.
What?
A lot of camps we went in, Abdullah.
What? But you just in the other interview, but when you was on the car, when you was talking to not, you know what? I never mind.
Masons, in the Masons, we ran into them, so we know their grind. I love the Masons. Really? A father that take 4 or 5 sons on his back and do what they got to do. I'm 100% for the Masons. I'm a cheerleader for the Masons. All right, so let's get that straight. Because I see how media they'll try to keep asking these questions to make it seem like y'all keep reflecting on people like that, and that ain't it. They asking shit to get clickbait. So let me express that we cheerleaders for the Masons. They're great fighters. Mason is being developed right now. Mason not in the top 15. I can't, because he's
Mason will be fighting for a title in November next. This was old, so of course at the time what he was saying, Mason, but it wasn't that long ago. You see how quickly time changed? Since then, all that man been doing was putting in work. So it's nothing wrong with being asked about each other, but it's something wrong when you add significant details to the story that didn't exist. And that's why the sparring footage is significant today. That's why I'll be glad when the sparring footage come out. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's corny when you lie about something and then it get dropped and it show that it didn't go that way. That's what you get for lying to the people, bro. I don't feel bad. Nah, hell no.
Being developed. He's in the development stage. He's a prospect. Floyd is a contender, and it's a reason for it. Nobody brought nothing. We fight 4 times a year, every year for the last 4 years. The first year 5 times.
He's terrible.
So we've been the co-main on the zone. We've been the main on the zone. We held the WBA title for over a year and a half now, defending it. Not just holding it, defending that belt.
This is terrible.
So it's like, yo, it got to be a form of respect somewhere. We should be talking about the top 5. That takes nothing away from the Masons, because Abdullah will become champion and Floyd will become undisputed. So they got to see each other.
That won't happen.
All right? And when I talk about the Shakur and the Keyshawn, they're Olympians. We supposed to be calling them out. When rappers call each other out, is there a problem? But if we call out, if we number 2 and we calling out the number 1s and the champions, then there's a problem. But then y'all say we not fighting nobody, but we can't call out anybody to fight. Y'all, that's what y'all saying also.
No, we not. No, we not. No, what we saying? Well, since you speaking for us, I'm gonna shout out to senior. What we saying is just fight who you say you're gonna fight. The world wasn't pressing for you to have to fight Abdullah Mason now. That shit became more of a thing. When people ask you about the sparring, you could just say it was good work, or we did this, or you felt like we got the better of the work. You could say all of that. But when you add significant details to the story that never took shape, when you make it seem like Abdullah Mason is some great fighter, but at the same time, inferior talent, is kind of double talking. On one end, you saying he great. On the other end, you saying you was dominating him and you had to take it easy on him. Then y'all went another interview and said it was a war. No, it wasn't no war. And your gloves touched the ground after he punched you. That's a 10-8 round. They 10-8 round you. They 10-8 y'all in this sparring session, bro. And I'm gonna say it, that Abdullah and Mason and them ain't gotta say nothing. I'm gonna say it. 10-8 round, bro. Y'all went out there playing around, jumping in there with that Mason kid, man. You know what I mean? With his dad out there coaching, beautiful coaching instructions, bro. Guiding his son the victory in sparring. But look, good work, man. I like to see two young talents work, but just put some more respect on Mason's name. I guess that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. You made him sound like he was some you know, like lesser than talent. That, yeah, hey kid, man, just take it easy on him, okay? Don't punch him in his stomach too hard. Like, what? You know damn well if you could have put hands all over Mason, that's exactly what y'all would have did. Just like you've done in other sparring sessions when you posted certain clips of your son beating ass. You get what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is it's starting to look like the stories that you tell don't be adding up, man. You be adding your own details and remixing shit. Z, what it do, homie? You already know. Appreciate you, man. Don't work too hard on business from another planet. What it do? Said whatever it is, his head is. Yeah, he said you can't tell I just go nothing. Whatever is in his head is reality. You're right. You're right. He said raw core starts straight out the box. Boy got a beluga well forehead. Nah, he do. That's that Moby. You know, he got that Moby.
So I don't get it. The internet is real weird. So as you gain fame, remember weird stuff come from some of the people that was around you. Once the light is on you, it's going to shine a light on snakes, and Judas is also. So be prepared. And Abdullah, keep doing your thing, boy. You lighten it up. Like I've been told Floyd, and like I've been picked you and Carmelo, y'all lighten it up. Y'all proving me right.
Carmelo.
And all of this stuff. So do your thing. And Abdullah, keep doing your thing, boy. You lighten it up. Like I've been told Floyd, and like I've been picked you and Carmelo, y'all lighten it up. Y'all proving me right. And all of this stuff.
Carmelo.
So do your thing. I'm proud of y'all Masons. I'm proud of you, Shakur. I don't care what they say about the opponent you got now. Keep doing your goddamn thing, boy. We're going to meet in the raid. But keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Keep making this money. And Keyshawn, I don't know what the hell you doing, boy. But nah, I ain't going to start with you, Keyshawn. But keep doing your thing, too. Peace and blessing, kings, queens.
Peace and blessing, kings.
Peace.
Queens. Shout out to Fight Hype Night. Look. He said all that. Them kids of mine, is Floyd gonna KO? Nah, man. I mean, look, I can't tell you that. Anything can happen, right? Floyd got KO power. I think he got the power to KO somebody if he catch him. I can't say that. I can't say it won't happen. But in my opinion, I just feel like if we looking at both fighters, they both grown and developed it and made some strides. But I just think I see more from Abdullah Mason. I think his ceiling is higher. I think he a more polished fighter at this stage in their career. That's what I see. That's what I see from Abdullah Mason. For me, I see a more polished fighter. You get what I'm saying? Definitely more polished. You know what I'm saying? This little boxing lesson, this just light. You know what I'm saying? A little lesson. Little schooling. Oh, shit, he said, just one rule.
Back to back.
Shout out to my weak guys. 704. They sound gangsta delicious. They out there getting took to skizzy by this kid.
Make him switch back a little.
Mason, come.
Good.
Crazy. Nice. Boxing, the truth always come to the light.
Leave it out there like that. Yup.
Truth always come to the light in boxing.
Ali. You see him?
Look.
There you go.
He respond every time. Ryan was more polished than Rolly. Yeah, that's the fact that you even went there, yo, that made that comparison. I get it, but all comparisons ain't good comparisons, bro. I hear the point you're trying to make, but is what was Ryan's issue? What's Ryan's biggest issue? Discipline. Does that appear to be Abdullah Mason's issue right now? Discipline and staying locked in and staying focused. Is Abdullah Mason on a record for having any type of mental health issues, which I'm not making light of or making jokes about? You get what I'm saying? Just a totally different mental makeup from Abdullah Mason. Locked in, different kind of schooling. Do you see Ryan Garcia and his dad? You see their relationship? Do you see Mason, his brothers, and his dad? Do you see how they move? Shit totally different. So by the time they even get to the point where they fight, if in fact they do, I don't think you'll see a Ryan versus Rolly situation whatsoever. It's totally different. You're working with a totally different kind of talent, in my opinion, than Abdullah Mason. And you know, if Ryan Garcia would have stayed locked in, there's no telling how far he could have taken it. Look how far he's taken it with kind of half-assing it at certain points and not locking in all the way. But I think Abdullah Mason just a lot more locked in mentally. He got the right people around him. He got his brothers pushing him. They humble. They move the right way. And it's just the ceiling is high for this kid. You know what I'm saying? Say stop him in 7. I'm with you, I think he stops him. Yeah, he never kept up with his craft. He kind of let people pass him by, and that's how you get in a fight with Rolly and you lose. QT was good with it. He was crowned way too soon because it was crowned based on, I think, potential. QT, you get what I'm saying? Potential, and he was always amongst some of the best in the world. He competed against them guys, so the talent was there, the potential was there, but the grind wasn't there. The determination, the discipline wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? The complete hunger that everybody else shared wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? Tim Layton, what it do, homie? How you feeling, Brody? Happy 4th to you, man.
There you go.
Don't wait for the center. Go. He just leaning back on that back leg.
Beautiful. That's what they do. Thank you. Ooh.
Hey, look, knocked him to the ground there. Stick. Work. Work. Do the work. He out there working.
Take away that jab like you do. You got it. Keep fresh. Tight. Go get him. Don't overreach it. Don't overreach it. Raise the chest.
Come on with your hands up, man. When y'all break. Y'all do clean breaks. Come on with your hands up. Come on, Good. Beautiful. Hook off the jab, straight left. Hook off that jab. Beautiful. Hook off of it. There you go. That's that running shit I'm saying. That running in. Good. Get low. Get low. Got it. Keep it out there.
Use that jab.
Let me get some of that body now. There you go. See?
See how you respond to the body immediately.
Good body shot. Beautiful.
I'm telling you, man, it's different, man. You got a real one in there, coach.
Beautiful.
Stay low. Staying low got you put lower. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not low. All right,
different instructions. Stay low. What was that? Yeah, little balance shot with the gloves. Right to the
Oh,
then he come right back up to the body stop.
All right, stay calm. Stay calm. Relax.
This is gonna be a good fight if it ever happens for real. It'll be a really entertaining fight for as long as it lasts. But I'm going with Mason. That's all. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong. I don't think I'm gonna be wrong. I think he the goods. I think he a real talent. I think it's a real reason why they ain't fight his ass. And McQueen, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
And all good on my end, man. Just another build with the good fam. And, you know, I missed this last night. And it's nothing major, bro. Just a little fun. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, hey, shit, we had fun with all of it, man. These sparring little clips be going viral, man. And it just seemed like, you know, it'd be good work if there's to keep working. But you see who I think the more decisive, more polished guy is. And I think this only gotten even better for Mason and for Kid too. I think he's gotten even better, man, because that dude really puts some work in, man. I like the fact that he stayed in shape. Never seen him out of shape. Young guy that seemed like he got some good habits, like in terms of work ethic and stuff like that. And then the future is still bright for him, but I just think that has a tendency to oversell. And I don't think he had to. Elijah, what's good, fam? How you feeling? Yeah, I think so. I think he is.
Yeah, he works really hard. I just hope for his sake that just moving forward his dad would just tidy up his technique just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this though. The fact that his technique is kind of shoddy, it makes him dangerous at the same time. Because if you look at that shot that he caught Tevin Farmer with, it seemed like Tevin Farmer relaxed a little bit because Tevin Farmer wasn't expecting a right hand from that position. He kind of like punched across his body.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that Floyd is just so athletic. He could get away with just like technical miscues like that. Like you generally don't see a guy throw a right hand from that position where his body is like contorted. Like that dude is athletic as hell, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you're right. He did surprise him, man. And I was saying that before because of him being young and athletic is why he can get away with some of those bad habits that has probably been established, whether it's in training or just mixed with the level of competition. You know what I mean? Comfortability in certain areas, right? But yeah, he caught Tevin Farmer and he wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
Yeah, it's definitely in training though, because you know they reinforce that you're gonna perform the way that you train. You know, so there are a couple of things when you see him where it's like, it's kind of dicey. But you know, once again, right now he's got the youth and the athleticism, the explosiveness to be able to do some of these things and get away with it. You even seen it in that sparring clip. Some of the shots that he hit Abdullah with, they were kind of unorthodox as far as like the position that he threw him from.
Right. Shout out to Roland South Sports, man. What's good with it? Yeah, now you're right, man. And I want to make sure I always give that dude his proper credit. Like he's going to be more dangerous with more polish and experience, Cade Austin, because the athleticism is there, the hunger is there. He won it, I believe it, and I think he's one of those dudes that low key can end up gaining more respect when it's all said and done. But what he's able to do, it put in the right situations. Now, the only thing I think could potentially get in the way of that is the way his dad go about certain things. You get what I'm saying? And you don't. I don't know. I ain't saying don't promote and have fun and think the most of them, but again, like little shit, just lying, being unnecessary. All the build up. You get a big fight, and it seemed like to me you handled it poorly. Like with the attention that came with you being in a potential big fight and fighting somebody for a title, like you handled that shit poorly. You ran wild with the ignorance. So it's like, I think you should learn from that stuff. Be a little more reserved with shit like that. You get what I'm saying? And keep focusing on what your son is, because like I said, because of the energy he put out so consistently, instead of the story still being about this good win that you got over Tevin Farmer, how you stopped him in 18 seconds. Now we got to take a pit stop and revisit this sparring that you told us you dominated, and it was so easy for your son. See, so it's like, they kind of knock it up. Our big win. Nah, this is part of this is how the game go. Oh yeah, you was talking all that. Yeah, man. Here you go. It's like it just ain't nothing like what you said. So
that's the major key right there, though, Just what you just said a moment ago, making things a little bit more difficult for his son. And you seen it after he stopped Tevin Farmer. He seemed like he just had this rush of emotion. He had this emotional whatever it was that was just pent up, that was being suppressed. And he just looked like he was so relieved that the fight went the way it did.
Yeah.
And he talked about how he thought about quitting from boxing after the whole Shakur Stevenson saga, but all of that was self-inflicted. His dad didn't have to make that video of him laying up in the hospital bed and talk about this guy rubbing steroid cream on him, whatever, tearing passport pages out and all this other stuff. And then also just him making his rounds on various panels and all throughout social media, just talking crazy because he's the one that has to go in there and fight when it's all said and done. And then ultimately it reflects on him. And Kid Austin, he's well aware of it too. You heard what he said. He was like, I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's my dad and I love him. So that right there was very telling that he's well aware of the perception that people have of him as a result of his dad and the perception that people have of his father. And it's heavy sometimes, man. It's heavy. Like with this Abdullah Mason situation, all he had to say was, man, we got some work in. It was good work. Shout out to Abdullah Mason, yada, yada, yada. And you can keep your name in the headlines. And then it also alleviates some of the pressure. Or I should say it prevents a lot of the pressure that goes on Junior. So, yeah, man, you spot on, bro.
All right, man. Man, you talking it right there, man. That's real. How you just alluded to the emotion that he showed and what could have been the cause of it. Yeah, all the shit that come with this boxing game, how your dad do promote you. He do put a lot on you. I know he feel like you built for it, but he put a lot on it. And I know he just being young and he rolling with the punches. And like you said, yeah, man, if it was how he loved his dad, he say all the time, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. Like, he very appreciative of that. So I think that's just something that is going to be a part of his career. His dad being outspoken, being a mouthpiece, being vocal. And he going to have to catch some of those punches, a lot of those punches. Shit, really all of them, because he the one fighting. Shout out to the Queen Foxy Brown. What's up, Justin? How you feeling, Queen? Happy 4th to everybody that's celebrating. Most of 40 in the building. What's good, homie? How you feeling, man? So dads be all in the video. But you know what? Look, I ain't nothing wrong with the dads being in the videos and enjoying the wins with their sons, because after all, they are the ones putting them in position. They get them there. So, you know, they say, oh, stop living through your son. I don't think that's an issue, right? And, you know, but you just don't want to be in the way, right? You still want the main thing to be the main thing. You don't want to, you know, take away from what the actual product is building, about just being overly vocal, putting out wild information, being exposed, right? Just overdoing it, man. It's the limit, bro. And I don't think his dad have a chill button. Like, he'll do anything. Like, I remember a while back him arguing with Keyshawn Davidson. He started almost talking like some street stuff. And I'm like, bro, how did you let this young man get you out of your character like that? He didn't even say that much to get you like that. You just started going left. He was laughing at you. And I'm like, yeah, this is not good. This is why you don't need to be in the forefront if you're going to be emotional like that. You get what I'm saying? That was a little crazy. But I do like to see them go out there and win and do their thing. But, you know, just be solid with the people, man. Be genuine. I like the boxing dads, man. I get it, bro. I could just imagine. Like, Brian on the scene was up here. He was talking to me. He was saying, like, imagine, you know, taking your son from where mine's is at now all the way to where B. Norman Jr. is now, and think about how you get what I'm saying? I understood that. I felt that. Like, think about it, man. Nobody can tell you shit. Like, I'm like, yo, you right. You right. So I always try to put myself in the shoes of the individuals. And I think when it comes to, you know, kids, Pops, you know, FLOYD Sr., he really believes in his kid for sure. And I think, you know, he knows, you know, what moves I think to make and not make, obviously, right? He know what level his son is actually at, because he always with him. He always working with him. He been raising him. But again, man, that shit, you know, in boxing, it's only so long you could pretend. I think at some point the rubber meet the road, man. So if you're going to continue to oversell and before you're able to put the actual work in and earn your keep, and you're going to keep running into a wall. You get what I'm saying? Because, look, I ain't going to lie. They got a bit of a history, and the history don't look good if you're looking at it from my lens. Each time that I had these quote-unquote, like, step-up type of fights where it'd be somebody young and fresh, whether it's H2O, you know, then you get the Shakur situation, and Ashton said that's H2O, Shakur, then you got the Abdullah Mason fight that just, none of that stuff. So it's like you had some instances where you really could have taken some fights, I think, that could have created some real, I don't know, separation and real buzz around your name. But you rather go into interviews as dad at least and talk about how you beat this one up and that one up. So it ain't no need to fight him almost, right? Like, you see how he was just talking about Mason and like, oh, he's a prospect, we had contended. Now look how tables turn. Y'all a step lower where he at. Y'all not exactly where he at. So it's like, now he about to fight for the title and y'all knocking on the door, but I don't see them getting a WBA shot, and I don't see Shakur fighting them right now either. Can you get suspended? Probably, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, I think that'd be protocol, Foxy. I think that'd be protocol when they get suspended like that after a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like some regular, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's nothing that he did. At least not to my knowledge. I didn't hear he did anything. I did scroll past the video, but I didn't listen. I seen somebody said that he was suspended, but I thought it was like, you know, typical. Like, I'm pretty sure Tevin Farmer is too. Like, if you probably, let me see while we talking about it. Shout out to Foxy Brown. While we talking about
Yeah,
it.
that's protocol. In a lot of the state commissions after a fight, you got to take like think it's like 60 or 90 days off or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at this. Suspended by California State Athletic Commission, 2025. What was this? He was suspended. What was this? August 12th? Was that one of the Zepeda fights?
To August 12th?
Well, yeah, no, we ain't in August. So damn, June, July.
So
yeah, well, 8/12 with 2025. Why would it say that?
okay, so he probably got like 30, like 45 days off or something like that.
Okay, suspended by because they had 2 different dates. That's what was throwing me off. Okay, I see the damn. So this is July 4th because this is 7/4. 7/4 to I'm guessing 7/4 to 8/12. So that to August maybe. July to August possibly. Yeah, so probably in this from him getting knocked out, I would suppose. I mean, regular protocol. Got that brain rattled a bit. Shout out to Latif.
Some places they don't have that though. You look down there in Mexico, man, a guy get knocked out one day and could literally be fighting in another part of Mexico the following day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Over there, they take knockouts. They take a knockout off. They stop a knockout from happening in real time. Go to decision on you. I'm telling you. I seen a wild. The guy, kid I interviewed, Jalil Reddick. He had a wild situation where they like took a knockout from him. Told him to feel free to come up and talk about it. That was wild to do him like that, man. These dudes be out here taking the dreams away from these fighters that be putting in like crazy amounts of work, man. That shit is tough game. Nasty game too. But yeah, man. Let's see what's next for Senior and them, man. But I got something else from them that I'm gonna pull up, man. When they interview with Chris Mannix, I meant to play this, but being that we talk about him today, we can't get to it. And just listening to that stuff, like I said, man, this is why people be having a hard time believing. Because you get in these interviews and you literally show your ass. You just start saying, it's like you make it up as you go along. I'm one of those people, like I always get a certain feeling when I feel like somebody's just making it up as they go along. It become like cringe. And I just get this feeling, it's like an intuition. It's like, yo, this don't even feel like he telling the truth. It just sound like some rehearsed or not even rehearsed. It just sound like some shit you making up on the fly, should I say. Oh, you could get suspended. Being the guy that won too. Crazy.
That internal polygraph start going off. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm telling you. Oh man, yeah, but they was sitting down with Chris Mannix, and I'm like, this shit right here that you don't need to do, like that could be, I don't know, funny. It could have a funny impact, I guess, on your career depending on how you look at it. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like you should be up here like halfway disclosing like half truths or like half lies. I don't know how to look at it at this point, but if you really straight.
Joining me for this conversation, it's been a ride over the last couple of months for you, Floyd. Scheduled to face Shakur Stevenson back in February, had a medical issue, had to withdraw from that fight. I guess we start with kind of how you're feeling physically, where you're at. How do you feel now?
I feel good, I'm back 100%, I believe, and, after that, I just had to push, make sure my body was 100%, before doing any sparring and stuff. So after this camp, I feel great. I feel great. I know I'm ready to fight.
What do you think of what you've seen from your son during this camp?
He look amazing. He ready.
So I'll preface this question by saying I know you guys there's some legal reasons, things you can't explain about what happened in Saudi Arabia. From what you can explain, I'll put it to you first, Floyd, and see if you can weigh in. What happened during that week? How did you feel physically? Why did you ultimately not fight? Just walk us through kind of the days before you were forced to pull out.
So the days before, I was feeling great. I was 3 pounds away from my fight weight, and that was just me walking around doing interviews. Did I meet with you guys before?
We never got to that point.
Okay, but I remember just doing that whole media day thing, and I believe it was the very next day. It happened, and like we said, I can't talk about it and other stuff. But the British Boxing Commission, they made the ruling, saying I wasn't fit to fight, And mind you, I'm sick or whatever was going on.
And that's right there. That's shit like that. How are y'all not allowed to speak on the truth? I've never heard that before. How you not allowed to talk about what happened to you? Because that's why I continue to sound like a lie, sound like some malarkey, man. Like you just making this shit up. Now, whatever was going on with me, you know, I was sick or whatever. And then look at the lack of eye contact at certain points. It felt crazy. This is funny feel.
Tell my dad, like, you know, I want to fight. And I think there was a point to where the doctor and my dad, they had to hold me down because I'm trying to get up and shadow box and show the doctor I could still fight. But they ultimately didn't let me fight. And once I actually came to, and the next day, that was probably like one of the...
I don't know why he trying to describe it to y'all like he could remember.
I can't remember. Everything was like blacked out.
What happened is I was at the gym. Really, we're not even supposed to talk about it legally, really, because they, it's a lot, but
What's a lot? What's a lot? What you mean legally? Like what's legally stopping you from telling the world what really happened to your son? Can you expect anybody to believe this story? This is very hard, man. I could put myself in the shoes. I'm a parent. I would never tell a bunch of stories that didn't happen. Then when it's time to tell the truth, I'm like, yeah, man, you know, people got lawyers. You know, legal, it's a lot. No, what is it? What's a lot? No, what's a lot is the damn ride that you took us on. That shit was a lot. It took us for one. And I'm sorry, I wanted to try to believe him. But I'm like, he has to have some of the worst luck in boxing history, bro. There's not a single boxing duo that got worse luck than these Schofield folks, man. I'm like, bro, everything that could have went wrong. Planting drugs, sending SWAT, y'all harboring kids, slashed tires, stolen passports, massage cream. Like, bro, that shit is a fairy tale that you just spun. That's why I said his calling is his books, children's books. I'm telling you.
it was poison. It just flat out is what it is. They tried to say it was some mushrooms that was put in his room service thing, but the toxicology report says differently. But we just moved on to the next fight. He was poisoned in that fight, but even before then, just a lot was going on in camp. Like cops being called, saying we harboring kids, drugs being planted in cars, like it was real. Real faxes out there with the Fort Lauderdale police, the hospital there, to the point where it made me have to go to the hospital for anxiety as a parent, pardon me. And I'm freezing over here, so if they see me shaking, it ain't emotions, but as a parent to go through that, it's just crazy just because you wanted to box, just because you was in shape. So,
I got some guns pointed and put to me too, bro. Like, I ain't have to go nowhere for no anxiety. Like, I'm not, man, whatever, bro. Like, this shit sounds
there's a lot of lawyers involved. People ran in, oh, no, trying to take defense for what they did, because a mole was in the camp that told, as it was happening, that warned me they spiked your son. And I found my son, and the British board is who took his license. We didn't pull out of the fight. They said we couldn't fight because he was administered in the hospital for 2 days. So they brought him to ICU, and then he stayed there at night, then they moved him upstairs. So that's what happened.
Couple follow-ups. I had not heard the stuff about Fort Lauderdale before. Maybe you talked about that a little bit, I'm not sure. But what happened in camp? What were the issues there?
There was just some people that we brought in that we shouldn't have brought in. You know, I'm not gonna say.
No, you can't say that because people got lawyers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say
it ain't worth that. What happened is our passports got stolen. That's the first.
Like this.
So that's what happened.
Couple follow-ups. I had not heard the stuff about Fort Lauderdale before. Maybe you talked about that a little bit, I'm not sure. But what happened in camp? What were the issues there?
There was just some people that we brought in that we shouldn't have brought in. You know, I'm not gonna say.
No, you can't say that because people got lawyers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
It ain't worth that. What happened is our passports got stolen. That's the first thing. Our passports got stolen.
He can't say nothing because people got lawyers. Wow. What kind of lawyer do you have that can stop you from speaking on some shit that's going on with you and your son? Like, I need a straightening. I need somebody to give me some game. Like, nah, Judge, this is the case. Like, what? It sounds crazy. Like, I've never heard. So you mean to tell me this is one of the cases in boxing where somebody can get poisoned and you can't talk about it? People coming to the defense. It's not even making sense. And I know Chris Manning's no bullshit. He tried. Watch how he tried to get around. He tried to, like, trying to get through. He was kept asking questions like,
Because
"Why?"
he was in
He
shape.
just trying to let it play
So
through.
it's a lot of lawyers involved. People ran in, oh, no, trying to take defense for what they did, because Mo was in the camp that
Taking
told
defense for what
as
they
it was
did.
happening, that warned me they spiked your son. And I found my son, and the British board is who took his license. We didn't pull out of the fight. They said we couldn't fight because he was administered in the hospital for 2 days. So they brought him to ICU, and then he stayed there at night, then they moved him upstairs. So that's what happened.
Real quick, he must have went straight from the hospital after them 2 days right back to the gym, because y'all was right back posting in the gym. Like, you can't make this shit up. I think it was, who was it? Dave or Boy, was it? Who was it? Somebody got sick. They damn sure wasn't posted up in the gym a couple days later, but y'all was. Let's keep going. It's crazy.
Couple follow-ups. I had not heard the stuff about Fort Lauderdale before. Maybe you talked about that a little bit. I'm not sure. But what happened in camp? What were the issues there?
There was just some people that we brought in that we shouldn't have brought in. You know, I'm not gonna say.
Now you can't say that because people got lawyers.
Yeah, I'm not
and
gonna say
it ain't
no
worth
names.
that. The happen is
So you can't say who you brought in. Like, you can't say nothing, basically. You can say, but you can't say. So you can't tell who you brought in. Like, I'm not, nothing makes that. I ain't never seen nothing like that. I ain't
passports
never
got
seen nothing
stolen.
like that.
That's the first thing. Our passports got stolen. He was supposed to show up for the first thing in London. When he got to the airport, they ripped out his pages, so he couldn't fly there. So we had to rush and get passports. We got passports. Then cops get called to our house, say we harboring kids. So 2 o'clock in the morning, we have guns to our head. And they investigate, they find out it's a prank. They even track the number to what state it came from. Next thing, a few weeks later, drugs get planted in the car. And a report come out. And they investigate, they find out it's a prank. They even track the number to what state it came from. Next thing, a few weeks later, drugs get planted in the car. And a report come out that I tried to run him over. But the funny thing is the car hadn't been driven in damn near a day. And when the cops came and the detective, they knew this car hadn't been driven at all for a report to be made 20 minutes ago. They checked the car, find drugs planted in it. So these are the things we faced in that camp.
Said the tow truck driver got him off before, so now it was a detective. See what I'm saying? Like, this shit, you cannot make this shit up, bro.
So 2 o'clock in the morning, we have guns to our head. And they investigate, they find out it's a prank. They even track the number to what state it came from. Next thing, a few weeks later, drugs get planted in the car. And a report come out that I tried to run him over. But the funny thing is the car hadn't been driven in damn near a day. And when the cops came and the detective, they knew this car hadn't been driven at all for a report to be made 20 minutes ago. They checked the car, find drugs planted in it. So these are the things we faced in that camp. But we're here now for this fight.
This dude got some of the worst in luck, worst and best luck, bro. Like, what kind of luck you gotta have for cops to find drugs in a rental car that's registered to you and you find your way out of it? Like, just let me know what kind of magic that you pulled for that to happen. And that's why I was laughing before, because I talked about this. He said the tow truck driver convinced the cops or something that, yo, this car is cold or something. There's no way he could have driven his car. Some wild, bogus story like that. Now he talking about a detective, and he never mentioned the tow truck driver. I would never put words in somebody's mouth and make something up like that. He did that. I remember it specifically because I played it before. I'm like, well, I said, you and the tow truck driver have both been going to jail, bro. He trying to vouch for you at the time. Yeah, right, bro. That dude would have minded his business. They'd have took your ass to jail. There's no way. So what they do with the drugs? They ain't nothing. They just took it for evidence. It just let you go. Yeah, he telling the truth, y'all. Ain't no way. And it's crazy because even if that was the truth, it's just there's no scenario where that happens. There's none. Like, it ain't like they knew who you was, or you like, oh, you the boxing dad. It ain't that. Or you Floyd scene. It was none of that. You just, you ain't driven the car in X amount of time. Yeah, there's no way. Nah, bro. Ain't no damn way.
Obviously, you believe someone was trying to mess with you.
Oh yeah, we know for sure.
It's documented. It's documented that people was messing with us.
Do you know who was trying to mess with you?
I'm telling you, Christina.
We can't. People got lawyers.
Yeah, we
but,
got threatened
but,
with that.
But detectives know from
do you
the
feel like you
mold.
know who?
Detectives know from the person, the witness, of who and how and everything. But we not pushing to seek nothing from nobody. We just moving on with our life. But the truth is told. If the truth is the truth, it is what it is.
And I think that was another part that, messed me up after Saudi, because after going through all of that and still making it to Saudi, still thinking I was gonna accomplish my dream, for it just not to happen, and it felt just like the biggest waste of time. Yeah, it was crazy.
Something you just said there about what happened in Saudi.
Yeah, Chris Manning's be on it.
You said that he was poisoned. Why are you so sure that he was poisoned?
Because toxicology reports, they say that it was mushrooms he was
Who is
allergic
that?
to. That's what the Saudis say.
Can you tell us what the toxicology report said?
Not right now because of the legal things.
Like, one thing I would say, respect.
So he could tell you that the Saudi said it was mushrooms, but he can't tell you what it actually said. He could tell you all the speculation shit, all the, just wild guesses, but he can't tell you exactly what it said. And then, God, there's nothing he's saying. I swear this is a wild 20 minutes. I know Chris Manning's over there like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Something you just said there about what happened in Saudi. You said that he was poisoned. Why are you so sure that he was poisoned?
Because toxicology reports, they say that it was mushrooms he was allergic to. That's what the Saudis say.
Can you tell us what the toxicology report said?
Not right now because of the legal things.
Can you, like, one thing I would say respectfully, that what it's hard for people to understand or believe the poison part of it until they know what the poison was, what that toxicology stuff said. Like, can you understand that people are
This
skeptical?
ain't for what the people believe. I don't care what the people believe. I said the truth from day one. When they poisoned my son as a parent, the people told me you bugging. So I don't care what the people believe because I was by myself in Saudi. I had to get my son out of there by myself. So I don't care what people believe because my son could have died. No people was there when I was in the hospital room crying. Where was those people? So I don't care about people no more.
Deflecting.
When you
don't care about people at the line, Tom, is fucking wild, bro. And like, I don't even know how he flipped it to be mad at the people. I don't care about the people. I don't care. It's not about what the people believe. What is it then? Bro, you telling us. You inviting all these damn lies. You go up on this man's platform, spend 20 minutes of this man's time spinning a damn yarn, bro. This shit is wild, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, man. You don't care about the people and what they believe. Why? I don't understand. So who's supposed to, like, we supposed to just take his word for it, I guess, y'all. We supposed to just believe him.
try to live for people, that's when you ruin your life. Just live for yourself. We live in our dream. Telling farmers the next step up. We loving it. We put behind us what happened in Saudi. The Saudi people are good, and they don't want that to reflect on their country.
Bro, what the? You said the Saudis are saying it was mushrooms, but then on the other end, they don't want us to keep talking about it because they don't want it to reflect on it. Like, this shit can't be real, bro. It's like, this shit is like the land of make-believe, man. I'm telling you, he need to write, like, children's books. Yo, Mike Kirkland, what's going on, bro? How you feeling? Happy 4th to you, man.
On that one incident. So that's why they want us to leave that topic alone also.
I asked you if you knew who messed with you in Florida.
I don't give a damn what nobody said. My son got poisoned out somewhere. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from talking about it. That's not even believable. And that's why I said, like, you told mad lies attached to this shit and never got to what the real truth was.
Do you have a theory on who messed with you in Saudi Arabia?
Anybody could have a theory. But we know that the people that done it knew they were scared. And for some reason they were scared. They didn't want something to go down.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy, so like, why,
so
why
it is what
me?
it is. I mean, it ain't somebody would have had to have power to pull that. They would have had to have real power to do that in that country. So that's why we leave the topic alone, because they got power. They showed us they could touch us just like that. So why we want to battle with folks like that?
Let me ask you a different way then. The question.
So you telling me the kid that don't bother nobody, I think he's a good kid. I don't think he put out bad energy and none of that. You telling me with that kind of energy gonna travel over to Saudi and somebody gonna poison him? Somebody was so scared that they didn't want him to fight Shakur that they poisoned him. So who did all the other? So let me get this straight. It was all of the stuff was initially Shakur and his team. I don't know how he had time to train, be at the press conference where you wasn't at, all this shit. I don't know how he had time to do anything. Focusing so much on you. It went from that to like he brought up Victor Conte at one point. He started talking about some snack. Like he was going everywhere with it. He was really going everywhere. It was everybody following masseuse lady. Now it's it had to be somebody powerful. They poisoned us. It's like, yo, you all over the ain't no way in hell I'd be a fool to believe any of this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What's up, Jeff? Like that was a big fight.
Nothing makes sense.
One of the biggest fights. That was a big fight for everyone. That was, Floyd versus Shakur. That was an anticipated event, I guess, because you fought your way into the fight with your ranking, but also talked your way into the fight by saying that you've been calling Shakur's name out from the very beginning. The question I think I have is why would anyone want to mess with that?
One correction, we never called Shakur out. He started with us.
Well, he did a lot of
he said it. No, he said it. Oh, no, he called me out first. He said if Zepeda duck, then I'm fighting Kid Austin. All we said is be a man of your word. You said if Zepeda duck, you fight us. That's what we said.
Crazy, bro.
He been out there doing that, but Shakur
started with them, man.
I don't care what people, we sparred Shakur. I seen him as a kid while Shakur was champion. Shakur in 4 rounds, landed 4 punches, and Shakur only bragging, I landed a body shot on him. Yeah, y'all went 2 more rounds, and then he went 6 with your man.
No, you told the story about the body shot and he almost pooped on himself. You still lying about going rounds with his man out there.
Can I come in real quick?
Because he asked him who you talk about, and then he said somebody that ended up not even being in the gym that day. So miss me. All he do was tell stories, bro. This dude spin a hell of a yarn, man. Don't he?
I got a quick comment.
So Shakur, no, he can't.
Got you. What's good?
Even in this interview, he first said he can't talk about it because of legal reasons, and then just now said he don't want to talk about it because they so powerful and how they can reach out and touch them. So is it because of legal reasons, or is it because they powerful and they can still do harm to you? And I'm saying that to say, like, you can't make sense of it because it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude, he say whatever comes to his brain, whether it's true or not. Right. No facts, and say it's facts. He say shit facts, but I mean, he say stuff facts, but it don't be no facts. You know what I'm saying? And all these dads, promoters at the end of the day, you got over the top promoters like Don King, you got fake chill promoters like Bob Arum, then you got snakes like Eddie Hearn. So they fathers, but at the end of the day, they promoters. So you got over the top like auntie, people like to call them. That's what I call them. You got somewhere in the middle with Bill, then you got chill with Norman Senior. You know what I'm saying? They all got different personalities, different emotional control, and they go about it different ways. You know what I'm saying? And Auntie obviously say whatever come to his mind to keep kid relevant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He get a knockout here and there, so it give him some grounds to brag on and talk about and keep bragging. But at the end of the day, they just promoters do it. And he never had this type of spotlight, speaking of Schofield Senior. So he might just not know how to handle it too at the end of the day.
No, that's real. I think it is an adjustment period to the attention and stuff like that. Because I ain't gonna lie, getting the attention from the fight, being in the fight, looked like they was pulling like a bunch of panic moves. Oh shit, this happened in the camp. Nah, but we still gonna make it. We ain't pulling out of nothing. Nah. But we still gonna make it to the fight. It's like they was trying, after a while, they had to convince you that they really was gonna make it to the fight. But they never made it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then kids so humble and quiet to me.
Yeah.
He's very impressed. I say gullible. I probably be the word, like,
because he young.
He seems immature mentally for as making decisions and that's why his dad is at every major interview. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to keep his narratives alive and keep pushing his narratives. And he know his son.
He cut him off.
His son don't have the wherewithal.
You can't say that. Y'all can't even tell the truth the right way. Like, this shit is confusing. Your son barely making eye contact. That shit just seemed like some, I don't know, conjured up story. Y'all just going on Amos and Andy and shit. We out here just tricking people.
Yeah, he's just way more gullible. Like even with Devin and Bill, Devin still do interviews by itself. Devin will go to face-offs and things of that nature by itself. Interviews with Chris Mannix. You know what I'm saying? Like he's his own man at the end of the day, but Bill's still his dad and he bag his dad. With Kid, it's just like a kid going to little league football practice. You know how dad be carrying the pads and like Kid still in a very immature stage.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He carrying his pads when he should be carrying his own shit at this point. And that's the problem. He need that little bit of separation. You don't gotta leave your son or go somewhere, but I don't know, take a bit of a back seat and just let him grow as a man. Let him speak for himself. You're not telling me what I can't say. Maybe I'm just a rude individual, but like, bro, I'm taking punches, man. Somebody pulls me up. The first thing I'm doing is like, bro, they wild, man. Somebody put X, Y, and Z and spike this, and you saying all the stuff somebody told you they spiked you, and then you seen your son laid out this and that. It's like, then Sally said it was mushrooms, but they don't want you to speak on it because they don't want it to reflect on them. You already put it on them. I don't even know about the mushroom story until you said it. So it's like it's all coming from you. That shit just coming, man, coming out of nowhere, left field. Let me play the rest of it. I'm gonna try to play it through so we can cook, man. Shout out to everybody jumping
4 rounds and then he went 6 with your man. So Shakur know he can't beat Kid.
At 17.
He got all them champions that's running. They all knew because he got them ready for fights. I said 2 years ago, Tank is gonna retire when Kid get in position. Tank is retiring. I said Devin Haney gonna run. He ran up 2 divisions. Everybody he got in that ring and experience with him, they taking the hell off. They retiring. Shakur doing whatever he got to do, but then he going. Keyshawn hauled ass to 140.
Where's Shakur going?
And said he wanted us next, and he hauled ass to 140. Everybody that been in the gym watching them beat these champions up, they know a storm is coming. And none of these champions said he's not the greatest of all time. When I said not one of them. Not one of them say they got the best of him. Not one of them. So why would anybody want to get in the ring?
I think it does beg the fight was signed, sealed, delivered. You were there in Saudi Arabia. Why do you think someone would do anything to try to derail
to attempt to assassinate you? You never know why somebody would try to kill you.
People crazy these days.
You never know why somebody would try to kill you.
And that's
you didn't start with nobody.
And that just goes to show, like.
But let me tell you, boxing is a dirty business. Boxing is made on more than just ticket sales. So some powerful people didn't want to ruin ticket sales. Ricky want them back in money.
Or some bets.
No. So it's deeper than, for somebody to pull that off, it's very powerful people. So if we don't know why they did that. So we staying out their way, we minding our business, we doing our job.
You were gonna say.
That's the wildest shit I ever heard. Ain't no just moving on and somebody poison my kid. Bro, ain't no just minding our business. Bro, they clearly, man, all right, my bad. Let me just this dude, man.
Hello,
bro. Poison my kid. I'm not minding my business. That is my business, bro.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, people, they get the thing that, people, we ducked and all this other stuff, and I just find it ridiculous, That, like, if you're gonna duck, that's the most craziest way you could have ever ducked somebody, so, it's just, I'm just glad to be here now, finding a guy like Tevin Farmer,
Well, this is crazy.
I like him, but Saturday,
Holy shit.
I said it's blood. Happy to be here now.
One more question about what happened over there. I mean, when it first happened, one of the first thoughts I had was, all right, look, it's a tough travel to Saudi Arabia. It's a big adjustment.
Oh,
Food
man.
is different. You were doing a weight cut over in Saudi Arabia. Why was it the feeling you got, the illness, what you were feeling? Was it different than anything you
I did hear real quick something about weight too, and he did mention being off some pounds or something like that. I was hearing some stuff like it's just more to it, but he ain't gonna never tell you.
I'm trying to phrase the right word. The sickness.
It's almost over, by the way. Yeah.
He straight up poisoned.
Oh.
How you felt though? What did it feel like?
So when I first told my dad, I was going downstairs because, like I said, I was only 3 pounds away from my weight. So I was only going downstairs to shadow box.
Yeah, I was thinking this
as
as
well.
well.
Joanne Guzman, my cut man, and my dad. And so I'm moving, shadow boxing, and I tell my dad, I look over and I'm like, yo, it feels like I'm floating. And he's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I told him, like, it feels like that when I'm walking, it feels like I'm gliding across the floor. And he's like, Floyd, like, what are you talking about? Like, stop playing. So I tell him, like, I can't like work out right now. I'll just work out tomorrow or later on. So he's like, all right,
You was
cool.
a hot
Take you
ninja,
upstairs.
huh? He said, felt like he was floating. Yeah, that's out there, Saudi.
So they take me upstairs, and my cut man and John Guzman, they stay in the room, and my dad goes back downstairs to do a workout. Then he gets this, I can't say, this crazy text message, and then he comes running upstairs, and next thing you know, I'm tripping out. Actually, I think he's trying to show you. He got the video of me
I'm trying to
tripping
go through
out.
all the things, show you the text message that came from the
Yeah.
mall. Take it serious. They just spike your son.
Like I got the video
And things
of
that I
the-
ran up. I mean, these are real messages. The threats, the everything. This ain't no.
I got the
this
actual
ain't no,
video of me tripping out in front of the commission.
Somebody spiked him though, right? The story gets crazier and crazier, bro. Somebody spiked him. Now it sounds like he having a bad trip. This shit is crazy. I swear.
People
That's why
they
I
like to
played
say,
it.
"Oh,
It's
they
wild.
ducking," but we have the proof. We just haven't been able to show it yet. So
Right, I'm just gonna show you.
Well, this
I'm
I mean,
gonna
this,
show you one
you,
thing.
You
got that pulled
know,
up.
you know, Senior and Judy. You
Got some
know
other
what
proof, too.
you obviously know what the toxicology said.
Yeah.
You know what the toxicology said. Do you believe that the public at large will eventually know what it said?
I mean, all it takes is for the right person to find the right
It
information.
doesn't matter. We want revenge a different
Yeah,
way.
like I
Forget
said.
what that say. We want to fight Shakur Stevenson. We want that fight to go through.
I still got to fulfill that
That's
promise
what
I
we want
gave to
to
my
fight. We want
son.
him to get past the Pater. We get past this, and we want to fight Shakur. We didn't duck. We was in line for it. We was in the hospital. Let's
stop
just
with
do
this
it right.
Shakur shit.
That's what we saying, and we'll get our payback in that ring. That's how we get our payback as men, where we from. All that other stuff they did, fine. Let us get in the ring. Was that a shot?
So now it's them again.
Nah,
Shit,
it's just I'm not sure.
All right, I'm good, man. Hey, I'm gonna stop it. Shout out to the fan. What's good with it, man? I just had to play that for you. I don't know if everybody's seen that. I think that one kind of has slipped under the radar. They went up here and talked like this. I was like, bro, how are you not able to tell the truth, but you're able to say everything like dance around it? That seemed like you got something to hide. Then you talking about people who got lawyers. What could the lawyers do to y'all? What they gonna sue y'all for telling the truth? Because that's pretty much what you're telling us. Yeah, we telling we getting sued.
That's why I wanted to speak on just do.
Talk to me.
So,
Mars Dope, what's good, bro?
The way he's saying it is that we can't say nothing because of lawyers, right? But they're saying that like if you put it out, then they gonna try to sue you for defamation. But my thing is if that's what you're worried about, if you got the toxicology report, the text messages, and all this that you claim that you have, then you can be. That's how you can disprove the defamation on it, and you can also prove your case because you cannot be. Defamation is if they lose money because of a lie, an intentional lie.
Right.
So the thing is if you're senior and you're out there talking and you're saying all these things and you're talking about you can't say nothing because of lawyers. But my thing is if you are telling the truth and you got all this evidence that shows that what you're saying is the truth, then you're not worried about saying a thing to anybody because you can back it up in the court of law.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And
I
then
agree with everything you're saying. That's why I say, man, they almost make it seem like we in a business with it, but in reality, we're just curious as boxing fans. Like that was wild. Y'all almost made it all the way there, and it got that close, and then the unthinkable happened. And the British Border Control did pull them, but when him mentioning that weight, it makes me think was y'all on point for real?
And then you say you're floating.
Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of dehydration type of stuff.
Get what I'm saying, bro? Come on, man. Like it sound like yeah. And then you saying poison, mushrooms, and this and that.
Bring the video back up or the picture of where he posted his son in the bed. How many IVs does he got? How big is the bag of the saline that they putting into the IV form? Because if that shit big, then that's saying that he was dehydrated to the point where his brain was pretty much drawing on itself, because that's what it is. It's like when you don't have no water on your brain has nothing to drink pretty much to keep it soft. And so it starts to chew on its get on itself. So that seems like you dehydrated
you're starting to feel wavy. Think about, you ever been outside and y'all been to the park or out there doing something and that sun beating on you, and then all of a sudden you just start feeling like you standing on a plank and your feet are still, right?
Mm-hmm. They do. It sound like something with them, but they're blaming people and indirectly. It's like they pointing the fingers and then it's like throwing rocks and then turning your back, looking into the sky like you don't know what happened. That's what's going on with them.
That was the
Saudi said it was the mushrooms, but yeah, but they don't want to speak on it either. It's like, bro, you already. So why even say anything about what they said? Like,
we already seen the proof. Abdullah was putting hands on that boy. We know why they pulled out of that fight, bro. We know exactly what it was, dog. He was getting beat up in that sparring. Then he puts out a tweet talking about they're trying to come up off of our victory, promote off of our victory. Look out of here. Promoting violence in that sparring footage. Violence off the side of your lopsided head, bro.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
But that is the thing, just do that I don't like is you say you're not blaming Shakur, you say you're not blaming Saudi, but you tell this story and somehow it still ends on you blaming Shakur. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I say, he blaming somebody. There's no accountability in this. Oh, somebody spiked us. Like, bro, man.
I know
who gonna
shit
do all of that to stop y'all from fighting? And what would be the incentive? Who gonna risk? Like, think about this poisoning, bro. That's jail time.
That's serious.
You know what I'm saying? But you willing to go that far? And my thing is, all bets was off when he made up the masseuse. Like when he made up a person, Corey was like, bro, I don't got no damn masseuse inside. He's like, what is he talking about?
Shakur just this mafia don got such long reach that his masseuse came and touched him up and
I'm telling you.
Come on, bro.
Drugs, car pages, tore out passports, cops called to him, drama.
Hey, but if we're gonna be honest though, on both sides, Shakur is connected with somebody that got pulled to do this.
He is. He's no doubt about
it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's true or nothing, but if we're gonna be honest about the whole situation, we got to look at both sides of the coin. Let's say, what if he senior is real? We do know Shakur. People are connected to where they can do things that they are describing, and no problem.
But I've seen all the footage I need to see, bro. I know what Shakur would do to that kid in a fight. I know why he pulled out of that fight because he knows what would happen.
See, that's why I don't think it was Shakur. I really think if this is what happened to you, I think it came from Oscar. That's exactly who I think it came from. Because
it's happening story or the actual poison?
The actual poisoning. Because Oscar did not want that fight for Floyd. He did not want it at all. If you go back and watch all of the interviews he did during that time, the promotion of the fight before the fight got made, he did not want the fight. As soon as the fighters forced the fight to happen, then that's when he had to change his tune and he had to be happy. But Oscar did not want that fight at all.
Hell no.
And so that's why, if let's say if it is real, if Prince side, they connected, but the Oscar, he connected with his own business, he got it. I'm just saying, who can get close to this guy? Who knows exactly where they stay? Who knows what kind of cars they drive? These people can get copies of the passport and just ask for the passport. They're going to give it. I'm just saying, these are all the type of things that he would have connections to. But that's just conspiracy wise.
Right, man. And I mean, it's crazy that they put out that message with him explaining that how he didn't want to fight, and then it's like they gave you every reason to know that they wasn't gonna make it. People was calling that shit from day one. Core called it from the first presser. He's like, man, I hope we make it. See all that shit they talking about.
Thanks, bro. Yo, I just wanted to come up and say happy for talk a
You
little
already know,
shit
bro.
with you.
Appreciate you,
I'm gonna
man.
be
Happy
back in the
4th, my guy.
comments. Have a good day, bro.
Sure, man. We gonna cook for a little bit more, couple more minutes, man. I just wanted to come laugh about this, man. This was funny. This was funny. And I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th today too, man. You know, go eat some good food or just, you know, be with some good family. But yeah, man, look, when it's all said and done, I don't dislike them as a team. Just think his dad got to chill a little bit. That's all. I know you're excited. You got your son out there, you know, on TV in front of thousands and smoking shit. And he winning. Yeah, I know it's fun. Probably like a little high, but shit, don't kill the momentum, right? Don't get in your own way, right? Don't shoot yourself in your own foot. Cause I think the dude is innocent, right? He just want to go out there and prove it. That's what I think with the young kid, man. I think he believe in himself, and I think his dad do, but he's smart enough to know that certain moves don't make sense for him right now. So I guess you got to spin it how he spin it. At least that's how he see it, bro. But nah, you try to sell us that Abdullah Mason was some inferior talent when he came to your son. I don't think nobody was buying it. And seeing that the sparring come out, that kind of solidifies it for people, and they damn sure ain't buying it. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully he learned from this situation too, because you're always able to learn. If you're smart, you can learn. And by that, I just mean just don't oversell when you get in here. Stop lying about, you know, the experiences and speak on what really happened, not what you wish happened.
Right. And see, I like them, bro. And
Me
I
too.
like Schofield. Bro, we're being honest. If he can really develop, he can be one of those guys, bro, because he hit. And I'm talking about he don't just knock you out. He trying to put you to sleep.
Right.
If he could just work on his skills, I would love to see who he really needs to go work with is Sean Porter. And Sean Porter can just teach him how to tighten up a little bit to where he can work a little better on the inside, especially. And see, that's what, going back to that sparring, you know, he couldn't get inside there. So that's why I think Sean Porter, because Sean Porter knows how to get on the inside. And that's where Austin needs to be, because he's not the tallest, longest fighter. He's probably, but he ain't the shortest, and he got some decent arms, and he's gonna hit you, bro. He is gonna hit you. But yeah, I like them, man. I really want to see them work out. And then my low key after the Devin and Brian fight is done, I would love to see the three daddies start a union and really work together, bro, because this is what boxing needs. Boxing needs this younger generation to know how to control their own career. And Bill is the guy that did it perfect. And I mean, you know, Floyd set the blueprint of how to do it, but Bill and Devin set a blueprint for you can skip the whole having to deal, like, give yourself to the promoters. You know what I'm saying?
Money was good, bro. You feeling? Right.
And them three work together. I tell you, everybody in boxing hate it except the boxers.
Right.
Because if they can get all those together, and then they're controlling their careers more, and stop giving you. I don't know if these boxers understand how much money they really give away when they just sign to a promoter for so many years and a dollar amount of money, versus where if you do like Devin and co-promote, have your own promotional company, then you're cutting yourself into so many more of revenue streams, and you get to control where you go. And that's why Devin was able to go from the zone to ESPN and then back to wherever he needs to be, because he's not held down in a contract by a promoter for 4 or 5 years. That promoter that he's going to co-promote with may get 2 or 3 fights out of him. But that's it, you know. and they lock these other young fighters into them 5-year deals. They need to get away from that, man.
Yeah, I think slowly but surely fighters are starting to learn the game. And I forgot who was putting together some type of team to make sure, make guys more aware, financially aware. So I forget financial literacy. I forget who was bringing us to this space that was just talking about that, making sure that they teach the fighters the game and shit like that. I think that could be an asset, man. And you are seeing guys make other moves outside of just signing on for long term, right? Being willing to work with multiple guys and see what make more sense, right? I'd be interviewing Keith Cologne, and he's been moving around fighting on different platforms, man. And I think he back in August too, got another date. So he's one of them that's been fighting on a number of different platforms, getting that experience, staying active, building relationships and not having to lock in. You get what I'm saying? For long term with any one person, just taking, making and taking the best opportunities for yourself. So the more these guys learn the game, man, I think the better decision making you'll see down the road for a lot of these fighters, man.
Yeah.
It's just I hate to hear, like, you've seen it with Richardson Hitchens, like, man, I don't really know the business, man. I'm the I'm the fighter, and I'm like, yeah, I hear that, but I think that's where anybody can be taken advantage at. If you're not willing to learn something and somebody knows, they can run game. It's just that simple. Unless you got that much trust or faith in the person that you with, then that's cool. But man, ain't nothing wrong with learning about your business. At the end of the day, it affects you directly. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the punishment and the punches. Why not understand your business, the ins and outs? So, but I get it. Some people like, nah, I just fight. I focus on the fight, man. My team worry about that, and I get it. But shit, ain't nothing like being informed and being in the know and being on top of your business. Not just the boxing, but the business.
Exactly.
Making sure you're being treated right and fairly in them rooms and in those negotiations and those talks when it's time to take a fight, and make sure that when they tell you it's X amount of money, it really ain't something different, right? Like we just seen with Del Santos. So that's all, man. You want people to be more informed in the know, because the more they are, the more educated, the less game that can be ran on the boxers and us as the fight fans educating ourselves on the game and the ins and outs. It's just less bullshit they can run by us. I'm telling you, way less bullshit.
And that's exactly right, bro. And because I hated when Richardson said that, and
I hated to hear the way it came out like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, bro, take that time to know it, because if you get that, then you're gonna put yourself in better situations. You're gonna open yourself up to so much more revenue that you don't even realize. And I mean, let's say for Richardson, example, he's getting the big money now, but all it takes is for 2-3 fights to happen where you don't look good, you be bad, and they're gonna try to drop your price. And what happens is that it's not just boxers, it's people in general, because they have to understand how to put themselves in, like in boxing situation, you have to understand that, take your emotions out of it and say, I am a commodity. What do I bring, and what does my numbers bring and display? And a lot of people can't take their emotions and their self out of it, because everybody, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that, I want this, I want the most. But we got to be real. We got to be realistic with ourselves.
Right.
These are what I bring. These are my numbers. I would take it and do it in deep. These are all my social media views. This is what I bring when you put me on YouTube, such and such, each platform. This is what I've done in my previous free fights on standard TV, or my fights that I've done on pay-per-view events. Because they can, even though they can't exactly know, but they can do like little polls and see which people are buying tickets for which fight do they really want, they're wanting to see the most. And that's just, you know, bringing those details, man, and saying, hey, this is what I do. The president of the number 8 million, this is what needs to be done for 8 million to be given to me. This is what I do. If I do more, then I should automatically get the 8 million. If I'm doing less, then I have to negotiate.
Right. That makes sense too. Yeah. Yeah. That's why they wanted that 50-50 or just put a price tag out of the 2.5 million. That's the price. Like, and then negotiations don't work like that. It's not many people that's able to say they price in the public and that's what they get. Like, you already kill a fight when you do that. It's just bad. It's bad tactics. Like, you know what I mean? You tell them way too much. You ain't even get to that point, but you out there throwing out numbers and how much you want. And I get it. Look, you gotta determine your price or negotiate your price, or they gonna tell you what you worth. So I get it, but you know, at the same time, you know, when people are using the business to kind of maneuver out of a fight, I just. Oh, man, part of me wish, man, when he said that, he could have just got it, so we could have seen if he was really gonna take it or if they was gonna come up with something. Because again, he's been all over the place, man. Like, they went from saying they was gonna be a free agent after they fell out with Shakur, that fight, to you know, we just signed for 5 years for $5 million, and it's like, bro, what? You just said you was about to be a free agent. It's now Oscar, the greatest promoter, and he knows what he's doing. I'm like, bro, what? What it seemed like to me is all they did was follow the initial plan. When it was all said and done, they wasted a lot of time with the Shakur shit. It wasn't going to come to fruition because the guy that is promoting y'all is not even invested in the fight. He didn't even want y'all to do it. Like, it's like y'all took it as far as y'all could, all the way to the damn near the finish line, and fell out. I was like, bro, what the heck? We of course stopped him to the body and sparring. Yeah, remember his dad was telling the story. Said felt like he was about to shit on himself. That's what he said. So, and that was his pops telling that story. He's saying Shakur go bragging about it. It's crazy that even that's a lie. It's not him bragging about that. I mean, he said, I think he mentioned it before, but you mentioned it. I think I heard it from his dad first. He willingly told the story, like, smile on his face, like he was almost laughing. So, you know, I just think they bit off more than they can chew, and they reacted almost like I don't know, like the magnitude of the fight. And I don't even want to say it like that, but it's like they just reacted very poorly to a big opportunity. That's all. And again, even if he was going through all that shit, I don't think you had to document it, because at some point it just seemed like unrealistic, and you was blaming it all on one person. I'm like, yo, that's like somebody team going out of their way, and then it's crazy when he starts saying they powerful. It had to be somebody powerful, and I'm like, you still kind of throwing rocks and high in the hands. Like, I'm like, yeah, you just won't let it go. You don't know if you want to say Saudis talking about mushrooms. Like, why would they say mushrooms if it's not mushrooms? It's so many questions to unpack in that interview, bro. So many, but it is what it is. I think at the end of the day, most people is able to see that they full of it, man. At least the dad is, and it's unfortunate that, you know, son is kind of a you know, he in the middle of it, caught in the crosshairs of his dad just being on board.
A rock in a hard place, man.
Right. So
he real humble, and he really look up to these guys, man. And he be talking about how he, you know, he's such a great fighter and everything.
Right. Right. He said they going out bad even in their moment of triumph. That's what I'm saying. T Hill, it got dampened a little bit with that Abdullah sparring dropping. Like, oh, so this dude ain't on shit. Yeah, you be tapping, but see, this what was happening. He was kicking your ass, yeah, beating your ass out there. Yeah, he don't know how to lie. 704, he don't know how to lie, bro. He just say anything. That's why I said that should be spooky, man. He'll just get up there and go. Get up there and say any damn thing. We'll see, man. Maybe we'll get to see this fight eventually, though. I hope, for the sake of boxing. I hope so. That bing, bang, bang. Yeah, you know, Dulu's out there putting that work in. But Young Skull's trying, you know. He just young and aggressive, and it just goes to show you that shit don't work with everybody. And when you in there with somebody that you know is all that cloth, you're gonna approach that shit differently. That's what that told me, because I seen that. You wasn't being first, you wasn't being the boss in there, none of that shit. So you was getting handled. Sid, what it do, homie?
But how old was he in that sparring though, man?
Shit.
Like,
Probably
when was it? How many
22
years?
now? Probably like 17, 16, who knows? But I think they both young, so that's the good thing.
Yeah.
You get me, that they both got better since then. So it's
They
like, bro, if
did.
you seen that back then and that's how it looked, and he was making all these lies up, you would have thought it looked way different. That's why I'm like, anybody that lies like that unnecessarily is for a reason. And then you had an opportunity to fight him after saying how easy the sparring was. That's why I was like, there's no way that fight was, or the sparring was that easy, because you take that fight, you was getting the same money,
Right.
you was getting to have a title shot opportunity. That made sense. That $1 million shit that you was talking about so much, that you was getting that. So it's like, you still said nah. You found a way not to take it. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty it's pretty dumb of you, bro. It's pretty dumb of you. So we'll see, man. We'll
I
see.
think like that's why, you know, I say they should well, the daddy, he just need to like take his, and I understand it's his son, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, I like that person because I'm a Bill Haney dude, you know. So it's not that I don't like that the father speak or anything. It's just the way he goes about it, you know. And then you know they both can put their sons in situations where, but the difference is like, why even, you know, do that? You know, if Bill would have had done any of that, all it takes is, hey, Dad, Bill say, hey, Dad, chill that shit out. Versus where the kid can't say it because,
right,
you know, his daddy just, he overpower him, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just because he's young and he's still developing, you know, and mentally, and not just body wise, but mentally, you know, he's got to find out who he is.
That's a fact.
Because once he find out who he is and he realize he a dog, that thing gonna get to barking.
Right.
That's why I say in a few years he could be one of those top names when you talk about the face of boxing, bro.
Right.
And that's just him finding his little perfect spot to where this is how you talk, this is where you want to talk. Because when you do see him do little interviews, cool dude. He know what he's talking about. He looks up to these fighters because he's so young, but he gives them the respect. But when he gets in that ring, he's going all out at them.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact. T Hill. Yeah. I knew he had Mason messed up. I was like, yeah, he done sparred the other person, just like he was saying. He sparred somebody after Shakur, and it ended up not being the case, like, because the person he ended up talking about sparring wasn't there. So I'm like, this dude just be saying shit, man, tripping out. But you're right, man. Javi was good with it, fam. I knew this 2 years ago when my man's not there. Abdul's cousin put me in the game on how the sparring actually went right. Shout out to that not there too, man. Shout out to him, man. Yeah, interesting, man. Yeah, man. It's only so long you can lie and get that off lying, bro. It's only so long you can do that. You can't lie forever.
Right. But let's see, the thing is it's society's starting to change, and from the past couple of years to where they're at now, that people used to love the lies, you know.
Right.
But people want more of the truth now, especially in boxing. And if I'm just speaking boxing only, you know, because they don't like these guys because well, for us, for Senior, he speak on things he shouldn't speak about.
Yeah.
He puts his sons in terrible situations and just say things he shouldn't, man. But I do like the fact that, you know, him and his son control their career. You know, they go into different things, but he I don't know, he kind of got his son stuck in that Oscar De La Hoya BS, and I don't know if Oscar, Oscar acts like he's gonna promote him good, but is he though? You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So we'll see how far he's able to continue to go. But I think his dad, like I said, I hope after this situation though, he just slow down a bit with the BS. Shout out to Mike Kirkland, always supporting, bro, for the good boxing talk. Much love. Yeah, man. They still staying afloat. They live to fight another day. So Schofield's dad is the biggest liar in the box, I'm telling you. And they with De La Hoya, and De La Hoya full of shit too. He just be on BS, having fun with it, beefing with fighters and smoking joints and shit. De La Hoya been going off. He daring Berlanga to slap him.
Yeah, I hope Berlanga do too. I hope he do. Well, that should be hilarious.
Yeah, right. Berlanga crash out, slap Oscar, man. Oscar, a former fighter. Oscar might hook off on him, man. Oscar might throw a couple
might
his
have
way.
a nice little pay-per-view right there in the crowd.
If Oscar go to throw blows, beat each other up. Yeah, Berlanga got a good fight coming up, though. I want to see what he's able to do with this dude, though, man. If he able to really beat ass. That's what I want to see.
It's gonna be such a great fight, man, because Shiraz, bro, from the fights I've seen of his, he really bowed it, especially his most recent, like last 4 or 5 fights I've seen of him. Oh man, he is he's got the knockout power just like Berlanga, right? But his skills and his will to just get at you, that's why it's gonna be such a great fight.
Right.
But I do got Berlanga. I want Berlanga to win it, man. Go in there, mop him up, because Berlanga's boxing has gotten a lot better, and he tough. Even though he got dropped by Canelo, he took that and kept going.
Yeah. So, Berlanga's game, man. He's game. It's just what he get a raw deal because people are he hype. He ain't what he said he was. Nah, you got to think for those first 16 fights, he was exactly what they were saying, a knockout artist. But people wasn't taking into account that with those knockouts, it's like a gift and a curse. Because you're getting rid of these guys, you're creating that buzz, and people looking for the next highlight reel knockout. But the minute you stop getting them, then now people have all these questions about you. And although you was getting rid of these guys, you got to think that's 16 first round knockouts, and you was getting guys out of there in less than 3 minutes. So you don't even got 16 full rounds of experience as a pro. Think about that in your 17th fight, and look what people expecting of you, right? When he stopped getting those knockouts. So it was real crazy for me. I always gave him a bit more grace because I assessed it a different way. I'm like, look how fast he blasting these guys out. How much are you learning when you knocking the guy out in the first round? So yeah, your ego and stuff is building and your confidence, but your skills growing as well because you're not being tested just quite yet. And then once he started getting tested, you've seen him get dropped. You've seen him, his gas tank, get tested here and there. You've seen his chin get tested, right? Get knocked down. You've seen him kind of go through it, but he kept figuring it out, trying to, finding ways to win all the way up into Canelo. So, to a degree, Edgar Berlanga is still learning on the job, and people don't realize it because of the hype that came with the 16 first round knockouts. But if you do the homework, not like damn Olympian. Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how crazy or good his amateur background was. I don't hear about him being one of the best ever in the amateur rank. So I think guys still be green and learning. And when you knocking shit out like that, you're just not able to learn the same things you are if you're going to rounds being tested on your way to getting knocked out, knockouts. He was just blasting guys out of there. They was looking like they was stunned by the power, never been hit that hard before. So it was like a shell shock effect he was having on those early opponents. And, some of them, like guys that never been stopped, I think he had a couple of those on the way too. So he had some solid knockouts. But again, once you start getting tested and you don't get knockouts. Then you get to see what you're really made of. So we seen him still like growing. And that's what you see even with the Canelo fight. He's very green. That's why Canelo took it. All things was good, homie. How you feeling? Jay Grant in the building was good, Jay. So I said I definitely think that's why he took the fight, because he knew he had that he had the ups and the advantage. This dude still you know what I mean? Still
he's still a little.
You know what I mean? 815 what it do, and Canelo definitely believe in his chin like crazy, because you know he feel like ain't nobody knocking him out. Boy, man got a hell of a beard on him. I ain't gonna lie, he do.
You talking about Canelo?
Canelo, yeah, he got a hell of a beard. That dude could take a punch, man.
He can. But
I think he'll retire without getting stopped or knocked out, possibly even knocked down.
Don't say that.
Unless he stick around too long, you know. If he stick around too long, anything is possible. But we got a hell of a beard. I would love to know who would be the one to knock him down. It'd be impressive.
Hey, look. I know Canelo got a tough chin. I mean, I've seen it put to work. But I do think he will get put down later this year. I think Bud Crawford will put him down. And I know it's hard to believe, but see, the thing is don't punch the chin, right? Also, I went back and I watched that Madrimal fight, right? And I know right at this point in time, Madrimal is a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper than Canelo with certain shots. And the way Bud was able to get them body shots off in there without, and I mean, he getting like 2, 3, bang, bang, and not even being touched by Madrimal. And I think he's going to try to bring that over to this fight. But, you know, that's just my opinion, man. I'm not sure if everybody else going to believe it, but you hit that man to the body, get a good liver shot, anybody will drop, you know? But also, instead of punching him in the chin, punch him to the nose.
Right.
And that could put him down.
Right. It'd probably have to be timing and something. Catch him. Anybody could get caught slipping. It's the level of competition for sure. So we'll see. But KO occurs, it won't be via Omaha. Yeah, not that fight. Shit. But I think Terrence Crawford, man, is going to come out there and try to outsmart him. Right? A lot of people caught up in the physical aspect. I think. Consistent body telling me stop that. They got that music, but that's what I think. He's gonna try to work his body, set up the jab, be disciplined, be smart. You know what I'm saying? And try to just outthink him, outsmart him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people get caught up in the physical, like, oh, he's too small, this and that. He might be a little better, move better than Crawford and Canelo anticipate. Then that'll make things really interesting. Right, some part of me feel like, you know, Crawford, he ain't just taking a fight just because you know, he feel like he sees something. I really believe that he believes that it's something there, and it's a intelligent way to go about beating this dude. And I think people kind of overlooking it. I hope he showed me what I think he's capable of doing. I mean, it's not gonna be easy, but shit, ain't nothing supposed to be easy.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And he know that. And like I said, the fact that he still is one guy that's daring to be great, not both of them in this situation. And that speaks volumes to me. You know what I'm saying? When you look at this situation for what it is, you can say when it's all said and done, one guy is definitely daring to be great. Definitely. And that's Bud. Yeah. Justice for EJ, man. You get me. Bud, get his ass. You know what I'm saying? But EJ ain't make it to the Canelo fight. You know what I mean? Now Bud gotta kick his ass. Kick his ass, Budrick.
Look, man, it's just the way. I don't know, man. It's I know people like Bud, man, and it's just this how they speak, their aura about them, bro. And those guys, you could tell when those people are blessed in this life, you know. And he's one of those guys that's blessed in this life, bro. And he's gonna achieve the highest of the highest mountains, man. And that's why I think he can really take out Canelo, because I knew he was gonna do Spence, and nobody wanted to believe it. But I told my brother, I bet my brother, I said, look, he said, I said, how you think the fight gonna go? He said, hey, I got Spence, he gonna beat him up. I say, bro, I got Bud, and it's gonna be a one-sided ass whoop. He said, no way, bro. I said, bet me then. We bet a little 100, got the money, went on about our way.
Right.
And I told him, on the bet we made, I said, look, it's gonna only way I can win if it's a one-sided ass whooping. That's how I made, and particular and sure to him when we made that bet, because I knew we were gonna do it. Bud got that aura about him, bro. Like, he really that guy, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. And he one of the most competitive people in the world. Like, shout out to my homie Ant McQueen. I was up here earlier. He had sent me a video of like shortly after he beat up Kell Brook. And he was like, he didn't even get out of his gear. And he was already challenging this dude to a ping pong game. You get what I'm saying? He didn't even take off his trunks and shit from the fight, and this dude is still competing at something. Challenge this man to a ping pong game. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, yo. But Crawford really be on that. He really want to win.
No, he want to win everything. Like it don't matter what it is. Throw him in cricket. He trying to come out and be the best cricket player there ever was. Look what he did to Eddie. Eddie didn't think he was going to do that to him with them darts. And did you see the other day where Big Baby Miller was trying to wrestle him?
815. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't. Big Baby talk about he didn't want to hurt him. No, he wasn't going to do nothing with Bud. Bud had him locked in. He couldn't move his arm. If Bud wanted to, he would have took that leg and sweeped it. Big Baby would have been on that floor.
Right. Telling you, man, his competitive nature might be something that's overlooked. And that's crazy. Man,
So,
that's crazy.
Let me ask you, if he does win, what would be next for him, in your opinion? I would say come back down and 4-time undisputed at 160.
Oh, you said Bud?
Yeah.
Oh, you say, if he was the win?
Yeah. If he was the win.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, look, that dude is when you talented like that, man. Sky really be the limit, man. It's just truly up to like what you want to do and how far you want to try to take shit. You know what I'm saying? A message to the Schofield: be careful what you ask for. One round of sparring, Team Schofield didn't want any more. They're delusional. Eyes made me think they won the sparring, but tell me what y'all think. Let's see. Tired of him, man. Tired of him. Connor Ben ass, bro. Connor Ben will talk about Shakur Haney track stars.
He think he the toughest, man.
Bro. Connor Ben be pissing me off. He probably mad because Shakur said he beat his ass. Those dancing shoes, phenomenal. Yeah, if he fought a fresher Spence, it'd have been a better fight for sure. That's why I think when the iron is hot, they got to strike. Can't sit here and over marinate these fights. Then they bleed. End up just not getting the best version of themselves, man. That's what it be. What was the Butcher was good? He said, well, yeah, it was one round because that's the only, you know, they took him out. They didn't want no more after that one round. So they got took up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to make it seem like it was the other way around, but after seeing it, how it looked, we like, you know, it was one guy.
Yo,
was good. 815 was good with it, bro.
what's up?
You know, just catching a nice little boxing bill for the day before it get too late in the day and people in, you know, into their festivities or whatever's going on. Kids going swimming. Yeah, that Bud versus Boots fight never happens. That would be one of the worst fights that never happened in boxing history. I don't think it is. I never really thought it would though, unless they found each other in the same weight class outside of 47. But I don't know. I think Bud said something about possibly if he win coming back down to 54, but you never know. Right, you can't win. Yes, I said you can't win, right? That one round, that's nothing. I thought it was like, nah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like Tank versus Haney, but it couldn't be like that because of like he got took out. And I think the big story for me is you know, that it just wasn't the way he said it was. He was just straight up lying. You know what I'm saying? He said let's do boxing and barbecue. Shout out to my homie. Yes, you know, let's do boxing and barbecue. That sounds like a good. I got a good ring to it. Bud would never fight again. Fight who again? He fighting Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit. Should he have to fight again after Canelo? Possibly not. Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah. But yeah, I had seen that video, man, about the Schofield and Abdullah. I seen a little sparring. That shit was funny. I don't know who put it out though, but yeah, they definitely until they were editing and it almost made it like they were trying to be biased towards Abdullah, but if you see it, like you could tell from that one round, Abdullah kind of slow. Yeah, I guess you say in a way slightly got the best of Schofield, but it wasn't. It only seemed like maybe 2 minutes of it.
Yeah, 3-minute round.
Yeah,
like 3 minutes and some change. So this is a regular round sparring, but it's just like I guess the stories that came from it. You know what I mean? Because I played the other clip with his dad talking about how he had to just work on defense. That's what creates the drama within. It's not even so much the sparring; it's the lies that he tried to build.
Right, exactly.
To this point, and it kind of hit the fan. Cash Sports, the box store, and what it do, homie? He said Tank versus Haney. Yeah, that shit went viral when Tank and Haney went that sparring drop. I did a live already that day, and I had came on. Somebody sent it to me, and I popped on at like I don't know, like 10 something, close to 11 o'clock. Man, it was like 700 people in here watching that shit. Hell yeah!
Damn.
That live still is. I think that's the most viewed live. Is like 43K. That live. When I ended, it only did like 2 hours. I was only up here for like 2 hours. Just jumped like an hour and 58 minutes or something. Hopped off. Like that shit was like 10,000. Then it just did another like 30 something K after I was off already. It's like people was watching that shit. I didn't think it would do that because Ryan already put it on his
yeah.
You know, but I guess it's different when you live and you get to talk about it and people chiming in and you getting replays. I was playing to just spent 2 hours laughing about that damn farm.
Yeah.
It went viral. Shit, Abdullah, if I'd have caught them at the right time last night, if I'd have caught it, I would have jumped on and did the same shit. Had fun with it.
Yeah.
What he said? Post-fight speech. If though I'm raccooned up, I give him my all. I'm going fishing for Adrian Boner. Oh man, skills a fool, man. You know, for a second coming up with something, get ready. Yeah, and I hate to lose. Yeah, he said 2 cents was good, homie. He said they trying to take you know, like build, you know, market themselves off their big win or something like that. Nah, who told you that, Schuler? Who you be listening to, bro? Telling you about tanking taxes, because it's probably one content creator that does that. Talks about that man money. a lot of that stuff, if you read past the surface, you'll see that certain situations be like spoken on, but they be getting resolved. Like I looked into it a little bit, but I hate talking about dudes' money. But I seen that, you know, somebody was talking that tank shit and taxes, and I'm like, I'm not into that. That's for him to figure out. But a lot of that shit be, you know, bullshit sometimes. But we'll see. You know what I mean? I just want to see the fight, and hopefully they can get an announcement sooner than later. It's kind of wild that it ain't been no announcement, but
right, yeah, I can stay waiting. Hopefully sometime this month.
I feel like something is some type of snag or hold up, whatever it may be, but hopefully they get it resolved just like any other time, and we'll get a fight. Alicia Bamgan, I like Alicia. But yeah, man, Schofield people, man, tighten up, man, but keep winning it, young Sco. But your dad got to pump the brakes because I think he overselling, and it's gonna be hard to deliver. He talking about the greatest boxer ever without even having to fight no A-level fighters, as he put it.
Yeah.
Greatest boxer of all time. He take the lead in social media. It could mean that he locked in the training camp because Lamont was saying something about training camp too. So it could be that, or it could be frustration. You know what I mean? Because he did. Oh look, I'm gonna talk about this on a separate live because we towards the end. I wasn't gonna be here super long today, but I'm gonna bring this up again. We talked about this already when somebody asked him when the press conference. He said there's no press conference, right? Shout out to my guy FridayBuild. He liked this post. Big possibility that Gervonta jumps all over this if it's not Pacquiao or Jake Paul after the 1-on-1 rematch. No legacy. #prize fighter. You see? And he liked it. This is Tank liking this post. Shout out to FridayBuild. This is him liking a post, basically hinting that he could possibly fight Pacquiao, maybe the winner there, or maybe if it's Pacquiao the winner or Jake Paul. And it's that #no legacy, no prize fighter. That's what he liked. I might make a short video on it just to see.
I can see it, but
just to see.
That'd be man. He take that fight from a Norman. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, Skills. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro. B3, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Thrill Hill, what's good? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button too if y'all haven't. We're gonna be here for a few more minutes, you know. We here. Auntie Sco not gonna stop now. He wild, bro. He just need to let his son be great, and he can't be great with you trying to build propaganda backed off lies and bullshit. That's why the sparring is impactful. It's not the biggest deal, but when you start making fun of it or you start playing the clips when he was sitting there telling Najee how easy it was or how they had to work on defense because he hit too hard for him, then you watch that shit and you see somebody gloves touch the canvas and it wasn't Abdullah. You like, bro, what?
Yeah,
Man, your ass lying, bro. You sitting up here lying all that time, whole lying ass. That's how you feel. Like, well, it ain't that big a deal because I still like Kid Austin. I don't just like the dude. It just was funny. I knew that shit ain't go that way. Yo, I'm telling you, PBC already doing work with Turkey. That's why you're seeing more and more of their fighters over there. And now you're starting to see the names get bigger. Benavidez to me was a big sign. And don't be surprised if Tank follows suit. Don't. It's about business at the end of the day. And if you're in a sport and you're trying to put on events and big, meaningful events, how you going to ignore the star power that Tank Davis have if you Turkey? If you Tank, how you going to ignore the possibility of the money or the bag that he could possibly have for you? Or the opportunity, if it makes sense. It's not a matter if you need it. Do you want it? Do you want to do business? And that's where it's at. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do some type of business together. The only reason he felt the way he felt, think about it. Canelo felt the same way. I ain't working with him, man. I don't like the way he do business. Remember, he was talking all that shit. Now look at him. Why? Because money talks. So it's gonna be the same. I think similar with Tank. If Canelo's bigger than Tank. So you get what I'm saying? If he ain't too good, then neither is Tank. But I feel like if you're a Gervonta Davis' situation, got to make sense just like any other situation you've been a part of. If it don't, then you don't need it, right? And you just continue to do what you're doing and no harm, no foul. Shout out to Thrill Hill. Tank might get it. So yeah, you might see them working together at some point.
If I'm not
make your family and kid. Yeah, great business, financial decisions. That's a fact, man. Keeping it real. What goes wrong sometimes.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I did hear them talking about Turkey. It was talking with Tank. Trying to make a deal, get it together. Let me ask you what you think about that Benavidez fight. I think that one gonna go.
Canelo, who said being turbulent now, that money make do things. I'm telling you, in the words of the $1 Million Man, everybody got a price. I'm telling you, especially in boxing when they fight for a prize. That's why you see he liked that post that said prize fighter. Hashtag no legacy. Say, yo, he might jump on the opportunity to fight a Jake Paul or Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Turkey, my card save me. I'm telling you, yeah, Turk. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I need to replenish some of the money I spent over the last 2 months. Hey, Turk, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you in the, you're in the business of doing, God's work and all that good stuff. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. So if I think if Shakur win, Turkey will make that Shakur Tank fight happen. I think he'll be interested in it. I think he's expressed interest in it again recently. So it's just a matter of getting that man on
the same page.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because he got to win the shit.
A missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It may not have just been the money alone, though, because you hear certain guys, the way that they talk about Turkey, the perception of him before they meet him and then after they meet him is totally different.
Right.
I think it was a couple weeks ago you were playing that clip of Keyshawn where he was saying, like, yo, Turkey's actually pretty cool and dude got a sense of humor and all that other stuff. But from the outside looking in, he looked like he's just this stone-faced dictator who's just tossing money around. And then these guys meet him and they say it's like a completely different experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the stage of the events too. I'm pretty sure that plays a part in it too. Not just the money, because a guy like Canelo Alvarez, he gonna get paid regardless. He been getting paper. Like, the money is nothing new. So I'm pretty sure whatever it is that him and Turkey discussed, it had to be something that made him come around to it, not just the money alone. That dude is doing it right for himself. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a dude that's in a horrible position between a rock and a hard place who needs saving. So I think that's just something else to consider too. The experience with the guy, like one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. Tank want that bag. Turkey will have to give him 40-50 million.
Well, not only that though, but think about it. What has Amazon really been doing? I mean,
making them front their own bill. I think. In my opinion.
Yeah. Look, I remember when they first got it, they said that these boxers better be ready to expect in a new pay scale,
and
that that they was gonna renegotiate with everybody, and including Tank. So, right. But like, how many fights have they put on for him? What, 1 or 2? In the past couple of years since they obtained the PBC?
I mean, they put on some cards, but I just think it just looking at it, it just seemed like they must have hit an ad or something. Like, it just seemed like it was some momentum, it was going, and then it's like a pause again, and then to me the I guess the red flag, if anything, it'd be the fact that your big stars, you're seeing kind of like dates being thrown out there, and they're not happening in those dates, or them being retracted. So I don't know. This is crazy. Like, I was saying it to people, man, on the fact that you had a date initially and then it didn't have one. You had the fighter talking about rematching soon, and that's not totally all up to him. Now it's like no date. Now you see him liking posts talking about Pacquiao or Jake Paul. That was legit him liking the post. You know what I'm saying? That says something about him fighting one of those two guys and it being about money. So it's like, I think he ended up unliking the post. Liked it and unliked it.
Dude, weird, bro. I'm telling you.
Bro. I just think you get to a point where you could get tired of shit. And boxing is one of them sports where it's like, no matter what you do, you never done enough. It's still going to be somebody you should have fought, somebody that you didn't, give an opportunity to that you should. You know, it's just always something. So I feel like, you know, some of these fighters do get to a point where it's like, man, no matter what I do, they're gonna say something anyway. So I might as well do exactly what I want to do. Do this shit for me, the family, make this money, and get out the way.
Somebody that you fought too late or fought too soon. He wasn't in his prime yet. He was out of his prime. That dude came back from a car accident. That guy came off a 1 year layoff and an injury. It's always going to be something. And that's why I don't fault guys like Shakur Stevenson or Terrence Crawford when they say F the fans. Because I know they're not talking about their fans or the ones who support them, but the people who are supposed to be fans that have more criticism than they have positive things to say.
That's a fact.
And I just believe we've been conditioned to be that way. Like I was saying the other day, every conversation we have, for the most part, I say 99% of the time, it turns into a debate rather than a conversation.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking to be right, and somebody has to be wrong. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a
to be emphatic, fuck them fans, man. You know what I mean? Get that money. Myself included. Don't even work on that thing. Get that money. You got a brief window to maximize on all of your talents and capabilities. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get it. If you can kill two birds with one stone, which is give us the fights that we want to see and get paid, hey, do that. If not, fight the next best available and continue to get that money. Because I promise you. Shout out to Big Supreme. He was talking about he seen the man Iron Barkley at a damn homeless shelter in the Bronx. This is a former champion who's been in the ring with guys like Roberto Duran and James Toney and so on and so forth. Who the hell is taking care of him? Get that paper. Donald Curry, his son just did an interview a couple weeks ago with Boxing Scene, and he was talking about trying to find to procure the funds for his father to get not only health care but also to put him in an assisted living home or something like that. Donald Curry is a former undisputed champion, bro. So what the hell do them 4 belts mean? Get that money. Get that money.
That's why, I mean, I think it's going to take, like I say, it's going to take those fighters getting somebody that's going to, that they can trust 100%. And it's looking like it's going to be fathers. Like with Bill, even though Senior be on this BS, Austin Senior, Brian Norman Senior, and then as more boxers start to come in with their fathers, and not only with fathers, but those three should come together and start to try to unionize on the boxer level. Because if they could pull that off, then that can set these boxers that, you know, when they fight later in life, if they needed help, that's when they can come in. You know, you're paying these 3%. Put that money to use, you know, instead of that 3% giving y'all vacations to Mexico every year or to Puerto Rico every year just for a boxing convention. BS.
Right.
Put them unionized. And I also think, if I'm be real, bro, I think there should be like a regulator or the government or something should need to come into boxing to where boxers get a fair shake, bro, because a lot of, you know, the ones we see making all this money, you know, those are just the ones we see. We're not seeing all these other guys that's putting in years of work, you know, and they're just not connected with the right people, so you never hear about them. They never get a chance at the belts. They never get a chance to have those big paydays because they're not signed to the right people, you know? It's not that. Make it where it's an even playing field for all fighters to come in. If you got that work, put the skills in, put the work in, and you'll make the money. But, you know, with these promoters, even though, you know how they say with the NFL, they don't have to have a meeting. They all think alike, and they all want the same thing.
Right.
The money. F the fighters. That's how they think, man.
Yeah, right. Punchers this, punchers that, right? They act like they damn Goliath or something, bro. Well, your ass up to 47 then. Since y'all want to talk about punching all night, all day. Hey, interview. Punch this, punch that. Don't get punched on. Don't get punched on, but we see why y'all asked for that 2.5, man. I get it. I understand, bro. I get it. You like, man, you can't have these dudes.
Maybe it's clear today.
I mean, it's a dangerous fight right here. Can't go in there with the young and playing no game. That's why I say, man, it's easy to talk a certain way, but it take a different kind of, individual to really prove that shit.
Yeah. You talk about the that Benavidez Anthony Yard card that they putting together for November.
Yeah, that's gonna turn out to be a good one because I'm hearing Andy Cruz could be on that one. I think somebody even mentioned Devin Haney and Norman.
Yeah, they all supposed to be on there.
I imagine with it being November, I don't think it's gonna be two separate dates for November. I don't see why they would do that. So
yeah,
man, that seems like it's gonna be a hell of a card right there.
Yeah, Abdullah and Sam Noakes, they gonna be on there too.
Yeah, so that shit look like it's about to be one of them ones, man.
Yeah. It seems like they're trying to load that one up to really make a splash. I don't know, if it's the start of something over there or the end of something over there in November, but it's like you know how they have these certain days or certain months of the year are special to certain people, And I think that's what they're trying to load that card, because I think that's like when Riyadh season ends or Riyadh season begins or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think it ends, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but that's shout out to Turkey, man. He doing it, man. Benavidez, Jar, all this stuff. Snatching them PBC fighters up and putting them on them cars, and it seemed like the olive branch is being extended more and more each card. And that's what I want to see. More boxing, more fights. Make y'all money and let it give us the entertainment, man.
You know who else we need on that card? Ramel Mo. Put him on.
Yeah.
Because
he could use some man. He could use some publicity outside of the occasional sparring videos. It's crazy. We see more sparring videos.
He said Carmel Moten.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see more sparring videos of him than we see actual fights, man. He be fighting, they have him on the non-televised portion of the card and everything. It's like, come on, man.
Right, Reef. You know they was pushing that. I ain't gonna work with Turkey. He gonna tell Turkey to kick rocks. It's crazy how people speaking for that man. And it's like, yo, y'all sure? Because what y'all saying is not good business because of y'all personal feelings or y'all favorite fighter said F him. So y'all like, yeah, F him. I'm like, man, nah, that ain't. The rest of the boxing world is working with him. One of the biggest stars in the sport, Canelo Alvarez, is working with him. That just tells me nobody is bigger than working with the guy. If the opportunity makes sense, then go ahead and jump on it. But if it don't, ignore his ass and keep doing you. That's all. It's not a big deal. For me, people be tripping about nothing. Be way too possessive over shit in boxing. Not my fighter. My fighter ain't going over there. You'll be like, your fighter? You had a fighter? I ain't know that. You training nowadays. Way people be talking, yeah, my fighter. Nah, man. So, yeah,
and when these guys do go over there, they bend the knee and they kiss the ring and all this other stuff. It's like, come on, man.
Right? It's not even about
your professional life is a big opportunity. Can't go wrong. You be a fool not to take it, so long as the terms were good for you. You know what I mean? Like, go get that money. Stop playing around.
Right. Benavidez is bending the knee now. He's going to Turkey. I'm like, when did he ever say he wouldn't work with him? So how is it bending the knee? That's not the right way to look at shit. And it's like when you in a sport, bro, like, you serious? That's how you looking at it, not making the best opportunity for yourself. Like, nah, I just I'm loyal to the soil. I can't cross. I can't fight in Saudi. Man, every fighter I asked said they'd go over there willingly, happily for that opportunity and that bag. So it's not a coincidence, man. Not a coincidence. But shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all, bros. Always rocking out with your boy. It's been a cool build, man. We're closing in on a 3-hour mark. Make sure y'all good brothers get y'all last words. If y'all willing to, man, let the people know what's up, man. And we're gonna do this. We'll be back tomorrow too. This shit don't stop.
Word.
It don't stop, man. The build continues. I really think it's something like that. Put them in there with Evan Del Santos. I keep hearing that too. I keep hearing that. I doubt if they'll take a challenge like that though. They ain't gonna do it. It's too risky and it's too outside of the norm of what they like to do. You already know, Mike. Appreciate you as always, man. Happy 4th to everybody, man. Much love to y'all, man. Make sure y'all enjoy this good old day. Even if y'all don't do nothing but eat some good food and spend it with some family. It's all good.
Yep.
Oh, good, man. But look, man, shout out to my guy 815 and Wills, man. Appreciate you. Aunt McQueen, my dog. Y'all already know, man. We're gonna be back at it, man. We're gonna start dropping the link a lot more because it's gonna be some stuff to talk about real soon, and we're gonna have some fun with it. But on that note, man, y'all make sure y'all enjoy this day, man. Have some fun, and I'll see all y'all tomorrow, man. Peace to the fans.
Hey, you got a Discord, bro?
Nope.
I'm trying to speak to you, but not online, so I can speak to you.
Nah. You don't got no Instagram, Twitter, none of that. Facebook.
I got an Instagram.
I'm about to say, or just look in the description, shoot me an email or something, and we'll get connected for sure.
I got you, bro. What's your Instagram?
Jusdu_boxing.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna send you a message on there, bro.
Right. Yeah, just hit me on there, and then we'll chop it up for sure.
Sure.
All right, bet. Shout out to my guy 815 as well, man.
Sure.
Appreciate you, man. I'll be with y'all tomorrow if I don't pop back on tonight, depending on what's going on in the world of boxing. But we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Jusdu. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had Great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Jess, man. And right now we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.